Santa's here with a very special present.
You are now rocking with
Cooking Soul.
Are you ready?
This is not a very happy Christmas.
Want to be involved with this gangster shit? Want to be involved with this gangster shit?
You screaming your gun jam, nigga, your gun ain't jam, nigga. Bitch ass fan, you screaming your gun jam. I know you're tight fan, you pussy, I understand. You screaming your gun jam. You run when the shots fired. Scared the fucking death for that hollow tip diet. Send some care unit after niggas get sprayed up. Jamaica Hospital, third floor when you laid up. Victim services, make sure your bills get paid up. So it's 911 when you see my gun. F your law, nigga, police know me. It's cause of this rap shit, I'm rich now, homie. Then when you got around, I got your bitch all on me. She wanna be my wife now, she like my lifestyle. That shot ain't bumpin', it's the sweetest taboo. I play something smooth when I stunt my crew. Ooh, you know these niggas ain't like me. Everything I say I got, in these raps I got me. Cars, the bridge, the jewels, the nines, the texts, the Mac. Ooh, the burners, the gas. Man, if you confused, I send a nigga from my hood to put a hole in you. I rock G-Unit hats, hoodies and shoes. Got G-Unit tatted on my bitch, too. I drink G-Unit water, watch G-Unit porn. This is Shade 45, nigga, G-Unit on.
What? Fuck the CEOs. Fuck all of them making money off the niggas. They just mad, yo, because they can't make no more money off of them. They was making a percentage off of your head every day in there. Fuck them, yeah.
Jingle bells, Santa smells, Christmas really stunk. I got nothing that I like, my gifts were all just junk.
I mean, you can't be gangster.
Come on, gangster.
No, 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson.
A gangster who looked and talked just like you would expect from the movies.
Cooking Soul.
It's over. It's over, boy. It's like the murder in clearance sale. That's about me. Can't tell you I'm an animal. Animal. Touch when I'm mind, I react like an animal. An animal. They say I have no conscience, I kill if I have to, yo. They say I'm an animal. Sometimes a nigga cross the line and you got to go. Move on, I'm like an animal. Yeah.
Shady
Nigga don't talk to me if you ain't my bracket. 100 mil, got 60 after Texas. I was a little dirty nigga flipping on mattress. Sneakers fucked up, till I stop up at Bentley. People with the older niggas getting my ass kicked. For a little 380, I stopped all that shit. Back on that bullshit, you know I've been on. Riding with the same 9 tray, used to get wrong. I get serious, niggas go who's playing. Picture me laughing in the crib after Trey shot Wayne. Southside ain't Southside without the team. Niggas starving, I'll feed them, they'll ride for me. Niggas fans come, niggas shit get funky. Herb up Prim so much he finna be his bunky. In a park full of kids, I pop off the Mac. They see the flare from the nozzle and scag like rats. I know the police listening, this is for the D's. Me and Star was cool, and I ain't hit cheese. Signed a deal and made a mill before Faz got shot. May 24 for Tata got knocked. Man, this rap shit is me, B. I got this lock. Treated just like the block, work out non-stop. I dazzle with the footwork, remember with the heat. Fake boy, I'll get your brains left in the street. Kids in South the tag, but I get your signs back for your homie, relax. I send my little shooters right out of a gas. Hit them so hard, they gon' send that back. You know, I know, who ran up in your crib. First thing they do is holla at the kid and say 50 fuck with us, man, we pull in work. You need niggas like us to do that dirt. Yeah. They tell you I'm an animal, an animal. Touch one of mine, I react like an animal, an animal. They say I have no conscience, kill if I have to, yo. They say I'm an animal. Sometimes a nigga cross the line and you got to go. Move on, I'm like an animal.
Big unit.
Nigga, watch. Get it, go look, nigga. Flashing my diamonds and shit, nigga. Vibe ranch, some shit costs more than your mama house. Fuck play with me, nigga. I came up hard, nigga. You already know what I'm about. What? Hey, tell Pring, yeah, send me a written apology. We can squash this shit. Nah, nigga. We squash this. Go get Farrakhan, you go get over the fucking wall.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Before Bloody Christmas.
What a sad and horrible Christmas Eve.
Hope y'all are doing well tonight. A special Friday night treat as we have our first quarterfinal, first knockout game of the tournament. It's going to be between the Heatmiser from Group C and Ralphie Parker from Group A. Also going to do a little bit of a deep dive on a couple of the players today, see if we can figure out who some of these guys are. So welcome in. A nice, probably a long stream tonight, about 3 hours probably. Possibly even longer depending on how the games go. Yo, everybody. Dogger says hi. Excited? You ready to play? Yeah, so guys, we got the quarterfinal coming up. We're going to do a little bit of a deep dive on some of the players, specifically the lower rated ones so far. So let's see how this goes for us. So I want to pull up our player list again. So what I've done here is I've gone through most of the 1K players. Actually, I think it might have been all the 1K players. Well, all but one of the 1K players. And pulled up their AoE2 Insights profile. We're going to take a look at their most played civs, at their favorite maps to play, stuff like that, and then maybe take a look at their gameplay from the first couple of games that they played and see if we can figure out who these guys are. So, to get us started, you can see I've got on the screen here, this is a player that a lot of us think we've already guessed, or that at least we have a good guess on who this is. And that's Gunnar Gates. If we look at Gunnar Gates' statistics, obviously he has not played very many 1v1s. You can see this goes all the way back to like 2020, 2021, 2022. He's barely played any 1v1s. We do have some team games though. So there are some statistics in here. We can see Italians, Saracens, Ethiopians, Vietnamese, most played civs. So these are likely an archer player. We know that Gunnar likes the Tatty Rush, and we've seen one player do that a couple times in the tournament, and that was Snowmiser. So I wanted to kind of look at Gunnar first, just to get a quick look at his profile. You can take a look at his stats here. But I think Gunnar is one of the ones that I'm gonna put as a red dot on the board here. So Italians, most played. You can see he's got a lot of games with them. Mongols, Britons, Burmese, Khmer. A lot of archer civs. And we have a lot of arena, a lot of hideout, a lot of four legs. So a lot of closed maps, a lot of Arabia too though, 46 Arabia games. So we're also going to look at some of the home maps that these guys picked. In fact, let me pull up my home maps. Make this a little bigger. So here are the home maps as just a reminder. We'll see some new home maps tonight. But these were the home maps from the group stage. So I'm talking right now about Gunnar Gates, who I think is probably Heatmiser. So Heatmiser picked Mega Random. I definitely don't think that we got much Mega Random. Yeah, only 3 games. He is 100% though. So that doesn't throw me off my guess. I'm going to stay with, I think Gunnar Gates is Heatmiser. Obviously not a final guess, because I don't have to do that till the end. But I do think Gunnar Gates is probably Heatmiser, which means that he would be knocked out by now already. So I'm sad that that is likely the case, but I'm going to put a red dot by Gunnar Gates because I think we know who that is. I think it's Heatmiser. So one of the lower elos in the tournament is my likely favorite for Heatmiser, who's already been eliminated. As we move on here to Streck. If you don't remember some of Gunnar's things that he did in the tournament, that I believe he did if he was Heatmiser. There was a sneak attempt in one of the games. There was a 4-range full archer and feudal attempt in one of the games. In one of the games against Scrooge, we saw some demo play. So a lot of stuff that I think Gunnar would be doing. That's why I kind of knocked out there.
It's a bloody massacre.
Okay, this next one is Streck.
It's a massacre.
So if we look at Streck, a few more games played than Gunnar. Popular civs, Khmer, Poles, Korean, Goss.
Is this a Christmas story?
I don't know if there's a trend there. Maybe just like kind of clowny civs. Not a lot of 1v1s on the list here. Played as the Georgians on Yucatan. Let's look up some stats here. Okay, the timings look pretty normal. Maybe a better player later in the game. Okay, 82 arena games and almost nothing anywhere else. So, for this one, I'm gonna look at. I want to look back at my home maps, and there was a player who picked arena. Santa Claus picked arena. So that's all I'm going on right now. I'm not confident enough to give this a red dot, but I'll give this a yellow dot. So I think Streck is probably Santa Claus.
I'm a P-I-M-P. I make shaking and breaking the bitch look easy. It's the G-man. I mean the flow so hot it make Asian
Alright, so first 2 down. And we move on to bricks. So 95 bricks was one of the 1K ELO players coming into the game. Coming into the tournament, excuse me. But as you can see, he went on an absolute tear. Up into the 1200s, so Rick's looking very strong. Malay, Malians, Koreans, Portuguese. Alright, most played civs here. Again, not a lot of 1v1s lately, but his 1v1s have been played on Empire Wars. It's very interesting on Kaosan, so maybe some hybrid map play he was thinking about, and this was only 6 days ago, so let's take a look at some more matches from Bricks here.
It's Christmas! Therefore, sir, I do expect a massacre in there.
Looks like he's playing some shoals, that's even more hybrid.
But the fire is so delightful.
Liberty Arena. Oh, here's a more asking. Okay, so we didn't have a Callison home map. We did have Golden Swamp, Morass, and Water Nomad, and another Golden Swamp. All those are kind of hybrid maps. I'm not really sure about Bricks. I do think that because Bricks has gone on such a good run in the tournament, there's a chance that he's probably still in it. So he might be one of those high-rated guys. I'm not really ready to put any dot next to Bricks yet. I'm not sure who he is yet. Norson says, could the players tell who they are between themselves to mess with you, us, when we try to uncover who they are? I mean, yes, they could tell each other to do that. There's really no like benefit for them telling each other that. But there's definitely benefit for them trying to do things to throw us off. So like if Mike Taddy rushed and tried to look like Gunner, that would benefit both of them, because if they tricked us, then they would make more money. Hey Docman, welcome in. We are just going over a couple of the players. We got 3 left, and then we're going to jump into the quarterfinal. Should start us off right around 7 o'clock. Welcome, welcome. Love the Santa emote. Okay, so looking at Telesforce games, I can tell you right now, this is a player who loves Japanese and Lithuanians, and there was one player in the tournament, and I might have to look this up actually, who played Japanese a bunch. Yeah, in fact, that's what I'm going to do. I can't do it right now because I don't want to waste time, but there was one player who picked Japanese in like 2 different sets, and I just have to think that that is who Telly is. So I'm going to put yellow next to Telly, just with the plan of thinking that I know who he is, and he is this player who picked Japanese so much. I don't know who that is yet, so as soon as I remember who that player was, and look up who that player was, that's where it'll go. Take a look at Telly's stats real quick. If AoE Insights wants to load. There we go. Okay, a ton of Lithuanian, ton of Japanese games, and not a lot of games with other civs, so that lines up with my pick very well. A lot of arena games, ton of Arabia games though. Arabia definitely the most common, so maybe he feels the most comfortable there. Might be one of these couple guys that picked Arabia in there. So let me look. Okay, so it's gonna be Grinch, Buddy, Kevin. Okay, so I think Kevin and Buddy are too strong. So if Grinch was the Japanese player all the time, then I think that this is guaranteed Telly. Hey, Crazy Joe, how's it going, man? Okay, so we kind of think we got Telly, especially if Grinch is the Japanese player. Grinch was the guy who plays Japanese, and I think I got Telly. So we're looking good so far. I got a lot of good guesses. There's only like 1 or 2 that I'm not sure of. Moving on to I Will Heal You. You can see he's been playing some games recently also. He played a lot of Poles, Magyars, Byzantines. We did see somebody pick Byzantines a few times in the tournament. I didn't see a whole lot of Poles, I don't remember. Looks like some Arabia stuff. Only stuff from a couple weeks ago. So maybe he has been playing a little incognito on us. Let's take a look at the stats. I know he's been playing games, so. Okay, good spread of different civs. What about the maps? Ton of Arabia. Some Golden Pit, okay, some 4 Lakes. Some Mega Random even. Alright, interesting. Incognito unranked, possibly, yeah. Definitely could be. Okay, so I don't really have a good guess for I Will Heal You yet either. I did have a couple people guessing him in the chat and some of my co-casters, so maybe I can lean on them for a good pick for him. And then we have Biz Biscuits, who's our 6th player, rounding out our bottom 6 in ELO, starting out the tournaments. I think at least one of these guys, I'm thinking probably Bricks, is through, but the other 5 I'm not sure about. They may be the 5 of the 6 that are out. See Biz Biscuits up here right around the 1K level still. Played a ton of Berbers. You can see he is also Berbers Burgers in the chat. Played a little Italian Saracens as well. We saw this guy in the play-in game, so I'm gonna look back over the play-in game and see if we can see maybe a little bit from him. But not a lot of 1v1 games, a couple on Enclosed, and Enclosed was not a map that anybody picked as a home map, so we can't really take anything from that. Let's look at some statistics here. Okay, lots of Berbers. We didn't see a ton of Berbers picks. We saw one or two. Not a ton of them.
Tomorrow's Christmas.
A lot of Arena, a lot of Arabia.
Got invited to the Christmas
That's
party
kind
by
of just a
mistake.
trend. 15 mega random, so he could be one of those mega random pickers. But yeah, okay, that's our preview, I guess, or our post view possibly of those players, as I do think a lot of them are knocked out. Oh, and I think Biz Biscuits. I think a lot of us thought that Biz Biscuits was John McClane, so I think I'm gonna put a red next to John McClane. So we went over 6, and I think I have a good guess of, I think I know who 2 of them are. I think I have a really good guess for 2 more, and then the last 2 I still got to make up my mind about, but that's not bad. 2 that I feel good about, 2 that I feel okay about, and then 2 that were still a little bit questionable. I do believe I'll have guest co-caster in today. I think Sarum will be around a little bit. But while we wait for that, we can go ahead and get started with our first game of the night. Yo, Mofino, yeah, I get Tony Hawk a lot. Obviously, we both have similar features. But I feel like Tony Hawk would be really good at AoE. Music's a bit loud. Okay, we're gonna kill the music anyways. So that's no problem. Thanks, Crazy Joe. Appreciate that. Yeah, so let's wait 1 minute to see if Sarah is around, and if not, we will go ahead and get started. Yo, Magnolia, Mike, what's up? Mike, of course, a competitor in this tournament. We don't know who he is, or possibly who he was. Half of the competitors are already knocked out. Mags, it's great to see you back. Ooh, look at this first game. Okay, so I was told that the home maps had an option to be changed between the group stage and the knockout, and both of these guys actually changed their home maps. So they changed to Budapest for Ralphie and Morass for Heatmiser. So the first game was randomly drawn on Budapest, which is Ralphie's home map. And they both picked Huns, which I absolutely love, because on Budapest, as you know, you start with the 2 TCs, so it can be super annoying having to remember to build houses. Yeah, Mike, well, we don't know that for sure. We're just like 98% sure that you were Scrooge. But if you missed it, Mike, I did a quick little deep dive on our 6 lowest elos. You weren't in the 6 lowest elos, so you'll be in the next stream where I'll do the deep dive and kind of guess who I think they are. But I thought I got 2 right. I think I know who Snowmiser and McLean are. I think I have Santa Claus and Telly, whichever one Telly is. I think I got those 2 picked out pretty good. And then I'm not sure about the other 2, who I think was like I Will Heal You and I can't remember the other one was, but yeah, there's a chance that Mike is still in it for sure. I just, I think he's Scrooge. Somebody could have been playing as Mike when they were playing Scrooge, though. That's definitely a possibility. So we'll have to see about that. But yeah, let's get ahead and get going in this game number 1. It's gonna be on Budapest, so it's gonna be a crazy start, guys. Remember, this is a hidden holiday cup, 1200 max elo to get in at the start of this thing. So this is not going to be easy to start with 2 TCs for these 1K to 1200 players. And I think it's fair to say if they've made it this far in the tournament, they're probably at the 1200 level now. Like if they've been playing on the ladder, they're beating the other guys that are practicing at this. I think it's very likely that they're above the 1K, at least to the 1100 level that are left in the tournament. So as we get over to our capture age, of course, Budapest with the water. A little bit like an opposite Four Lakes, but then you've got the 2 TCs. So I'm looking at the idle TC time to start. And we're going to keep an eye on that. Because out of 2 TCs, it can be hard to keep that running. You're going to need a lot of food really early. Of course, you do have a lot of food on Budapest. And actually, while this gets going, guys, I'm going to go and grab a drink because my throat is already dry. So I'll be right back. And we're back. Our ILTC time, like we talked about, is already up to a minute. That is a bit rough, but like I talked about, on Budapest, that's going to happen. Tons of food around. Be interesting to see who goes to the first dock. Also with Budapest, we do have 2 scouts. So we could go pick off villagers with scouts if we bring them together. It doesn't look like either one of these players has any intention to do that, at least early on. And yeah, hope you guys are enjoying the Hidden Holiday Cup so far. It's been a lot of fun casting and watching the games. We are officially into the knockout stage. Oh, Mike wants to know, do I have a prediction for who will take it all? Well, Mike, I'm really interested to see how these quarterfinals go. But I definitely think that the 2 that are straight into the semifinal, who are Buddy the Elf and who's the other one? Kevin McAllister, are 2 of the favorites. Having done a little deep dive on the players, though, I see Bricks on the ladder has shot up to like the high 1200s, so that makes me think Bricks is probably one of these players. Could be one of those players, so I think Bricks is probably in good form. I think Hairnux is always a favorite, so I always kind of thought that Hairnux might have been Kevin. I don't know which character Bricks could be of these guys, so I'm not really sure. But if I had to pick just one, I would say probably Buddy. I think his games have been the most strong, I guess. He's like the best player of everybody. Okay, Doc coming down from Heatmiser first. Heatmiser was the player who I thought looked super, super strong in the first set against McLean. And then it ended up McLean was just not the strongest player. And Heatmiser ended up kind of like scraping by into the next round out of Group C. Group C was an absolute toss-up, though. Crazy group where like one player swept another who lost to another that swept that guy. I mean, it was like a big circle of who beat who in that one. 2 docks from blue on the same pond. I guess that's fine when you've got that much fish in different places. Can we produce out of both of them? Yeah, producing out of 2 docks too. That's going to be really big for Heatmiser. And this is Ralphie's home map. So I think this is a misplay by Ralphie. Not adding docks at all. Both players playing as the Huns, of course, so we don't need any houses. It's not extra big, Mags, but it's like, it's probably like the size of 4-player map. Yo, Sheffy, what's up, brother? We're doing Hidden Holiday Cup quarterfinals. This sucks. I hate when the deer runs in like this. Look at this, though. It's going to cause 3 idle villagers, and I don't know when he'll see this. Are you guys still here? Or is Sheffy, did we drop out or something? Everything looks fine to me, Chef. I don't know what happened. Okay, cool. Alright, so our idle TC time now. Ralphie's actually done really well. Heatmiser not so well, but Heatmiser's got 5 fishing ships, and Ralphie has added a dock finally. No worries, Sheffies. I appreciate the attempt. Definitely don't want to be streaming if I'm down. Fuel Age, first in for Heatmiser. And Ralphie coming in with some scouting. Gonna find a couple of the resources. Not very much scouting done from Heatmiser yet, but he's just coming in to find the barracks being constructed here by Ralphie. Big fishing ship lead, though. 9-1 fishing ships. And are we going to stop at 9, it looks like? Yeah. Looks like we're going to stop at 9 fishing ships for blue. I really like it. You don't want to oversaturate your fish here, especially when you've got 2 on the same pond already. Double bit coming in. Double bit missed out, by the way, by red. Look at this lumber camp from red. There's 15. Well, he's in feudal age now, Sheffy, but he probably had 7 in dark age and then added 2. Which I love it. When you're Huns on this map, I say add as much fish as you possibly can until you've got, like, yeah, probably 9 or 10 per pond. Like, I wouldn't even hate him going over here and docking. And it looks like we're putting the walls down. Okay. But yeah, you're going to see the difference in res collected for Heatmiser. I mean, look at that. It's already 1,100 more. Yo, what's up, Movable? No, I think Budapest is Ralphie's home map. Oh, wow, look at this. We're going to try quick wall. Oh, did Heatmiser just got a quick wall. Hang on. Let's rewind that. That was crazy, dude. This is a 1200, guys. There's a 1200 player, gets caught walling. And look at this shit. This is unreal, man. 1200 player. You know, while he did this, he like added a minute to his idle TC probably. But this is impressive. He's gonna keep this. Oh, he's even gonna sneak away. One more. Oh, he's not. This is brilliant. And this guy's gonna live now. Really, really nice. We're still up there, 11 or 1200 res collected. That was ridiculous. Another lumber camp that's got 15 villagers on it. So similar stuff going on in our lumber camps. And here's the 2 scouts I talked about. They're in feudal age. They could kill vills, but there is a spear there. And the spear's gonna kill this 1 scout. Yeah, 1 down. Yeah, Movable. It's nice to see Mags back. We saw her, I think, at one of our streams last week for the first time in a while. So, yeah, welcome back, Mags. Monastery Siege Workshop at home. I'm not sure about that. Why would you add those at home? Maybe you're thinking about going straight to Imp. That's what he's doing. There's the difference, guys. The difference in the fishing ships gonna take you straight to Imperial Age. That is crazy. Your opponent is not even clicked up to Imp yet. Or, I'm sorry, has not even finished into Castle Age. And Heatmiser is clicked up. This is a great build on Budapest by Heatmiser. And I'll double check, but I think this is Ralphie's home map. Mag says, my sister and I have been playing a bit casually. Oh, nice. However you're playing and having fun. That's, doesn't really matter what else. Been a lot of big announcements. Of course, Hidden Cup announced recently. Hidden Cup meetups. A lot of cool stuff going on still in AoE. Yeah, the imp time, guys, look. This is a 17. It's going to end up being 18 and a half minutes. 18 and a half minutes with like 3 minutes of idle time on the TC is not even bad. Red now has gone up to about 6 minutes of idle TC time on his 2 TCs. Looking to get 1 bill kill maybe. And not going to get it. So the KD is 2-1. That's all scouts. Yeah, guys, remember, Heatmiser was the guy who I thought looked so good in the first set and then really struggled a bit. And he even lost a set. If I look at my board here, he lost a set to the Nutcracker, who didn't make it to the next round. So, like, I mean, this is ridiculous. Now, what is he going to do behind the Imp, though? We are getting +2 defense on these Knights. Of course, we can make Knights in Castle with +2 defense. So, I'm curious to what Imp upgrade we will use. But you know Ralphie is going to be absolutely panicked that our opponent just got Imp. He drops a Castle. I do like the Castle play. You got to be a little worried that your opponent is in Imp already, but Rams coming out now. See, nothing that we've done is Imperial at all. We have got to 18 fishing ships and we're adding more. So we've gone heavy water. A second castle going to try to be dropped by red, but the blue knights are flooding in now. There's 9 of them on the field, and we have the food to do this forever. We've got 22 now on gold. Red trying to force this castle up desperately. Ralphie Parker. And the castle does get up. And there's Cavalier. So there's our Imperial upgrades. Cavalier. I'm going to lose 2 of the 10 that we have out already quickly. And, oh, it's CA. So a classic Hun War. Cavalier versus CA for now. Dockman hears fish and chips when anybody says fish and chips. Yeah, I can see that. That happens to me too. It doesn't happen to me with those particular words, but there's definitely some things that like I hear that I can never unhear. A lot of Cavalier being thrown here. Not getting any kills, so maybe that was Heatmiser, who has a little bit of trouble with the aggression and is a little bit more of an eco player. You know what? I'm starting to maybe think Heatmiser is maybe somebody like Koalolo or Beige. Somebody who said they were like a little bit eco heavy. And then Ralphie Parker has been really good with the eco that he has, and he's been comfortable just staying in Castle Age, which I think is a really underused civ, or underused ability, I should say. Sheffy, that's a perfect one. Excuse me while I kiss the sky. If you hear it once wrong, you just hear it that way forever. Or Pokey Pokeboy used to make fun of me all the time because I used to think that in the Sublime song he said something, I think it was, saw her in the store, she was getting some peppers and it's Pampers, or I thought it was Pampers and it's Peppers or something like that. But whichever one of those it is, I always got that one wrong. Alright, so the raid's still attempting to be made by Heatmiser, who's got to feel like he's way out in the lead. Yeah, Peppers. See, I probably thought it was Pampers at some point, so that's the the part that they made fun of me for. Lots of CA. We're going to run over and try to deal with these raiding Cavalier, but the Cavalier probably not going to get a ton of damage. We have got 13 eco kills already. And it's now 20-0. So if we look at the Vil count, 77-66. We've got the lead by 11 due to those raids. But now with Ballistics not in, we're going to miss... Excuse me, Ballistics is in, and we're not going to miss any of these shots. But running away quickly. Both players have Husbandry. Ballistics in for the Cav Archer player, and I think the Cav Archer player, Heatmiser, is in a bit of trouble against the Cav Archer of Ralphie Parker. Ralphie looking to shoot some eyes out with these CA. Cavalier gonna maybe find a couple kills. Yeah, this is nice. Split the Cavalier into the wood and the gold, and we're gonna kill even more villagers. Imp is coming in about 2 minutes, but we're gonna be 20 vills behind when we get there. Handcart coming in for Heatmiser. Almost out of fish, but we are adding in the fish traps. Really, really nicely done on the fish. But this is also nice. I don't know what's happening with the ram. We should be targeting vills. Maybe we'll kill this ram in time before it gets anywhere. CA are just kind of hanging out for now. Man, we could really, or the cavalry. These Cavalier could really do damage right now. Before Imp comes in, we might even be able to get to like heavy CA pretty quickly. But Bracer and Chemistry will surely come in quickly for the red player. We need to kill this army now for Heatmiser. The longer we wait, the easier this gets for Ralphie to catch up, as he will be an Imp very shortly. And we're just going to camp under the TC. I don't like this move very much. We're going to throw some CA. We're going to have to run from the Cavalier. Another castle going up. I really like this castle. Getting some map hold here on this stone. Nice job running into the corner. Going to get some good kills on the Cavalier. The rest of them did not follow. And it's another free Vil kill. Now red not paying attention though. We're going to lose a lot in this spot here. Oh, no. The surround is in and Ralphie loses the whole army. And maybe 4 or 5 surviving CA there, but that is about it. Next biggest army for Ralphie is this 10 CA army that's shooting a wall currently. And that army number is going to drop also as the Cavaliers come in. We do have Trebs producing. Idle Vills as well. And we have Halb now, so I really like Halb CA as the composition. But not going to be in time if these siege rams, where are they going? We're going to get a good snipe here on the Trebs. Heatmiser are going to look to dive, and this is really nice. Really well done by Heatmiser. He had some trouble with some unit control earlier in the game. I gave him some shtick for it. So this much better. The pathing on the rams really bad. It would have been great if these rams got here a lot earlier. This castle would probably be down already. But I think we're going to be safe. There's no murder holes. We should be able to keep these rams alive. We should be able to kill both of these castles. As the Halb are not producing anywhere near quick enough. And they're kind of spread out as well. So boom, there go the CA. Running out of the castle. They're going to try and get some damage over here. It's actually a good spot for them to get to. With these castles down, this needs to be deleted by Ralphie. Ralphie needs to get a delete on this castle before it goes down. He does. Good job. This is nice from the CA. They're in stand ground, just kind of being annoying as fuck back here. Double docks on the back now. Oh, excuse me, just one dock for red, but one on the left as well. You can see the fish so less efficient when you're so far away on the docks there. Heatmiser sends a few units back to deal with these CA, and that should do the trick there. The Rams now coming in completely with no army at all, and these Halb are going to slowly pokey these down. But they may make it into the, yeah, they're going to make it into the range of the castle here and get a couple shots in before they go down. These Cavalier, though, don't want to be in this fight. There's a lot of Halbs around. Now, we did forget upgrades for red. Ralphie's got full defensive upgrades, and Heatmiser has no attack upgrades whatsoever, so nice upgrade advantage from Heatmiser. This is a tight game right now, guys. Nice, even game one, exactly what we'd want to see out of this best of 5 series. And actually, let me pause this and change my casting settings here, as we are now in the quarterfinal, and this is going to be a best of 5. Okay, roll that. Lots of nice rating by Heatmiser, but again, there's Halb out, so this rating is going to be a little more difficult. A couple of Tarkins now out for Ralphie Parker as well. There's going to have to be a lot of Halb, but I think Halb is the answer here. And that's what he's creating. He's creating a lot of them. You can see the Eco KD though, 60 to 20. It shows in the Vil count, 60 to 80 now in villagers. Halb doing the job now, and we're even adding some white tabs, so maybe a little bit short on gold here. There is not a ton of gold on Budapest. We do have a lot here on the right side by our TC though. Have almost mined out all this stuff on the top side, and we do have a lot of idle villagers there as well. Yeah, Mike, this is the classic kind of Hun Wars, right? I don't know if you were around for Voobly days, but this is what everybody loved to play, was Hun Wars, because you had so many kind of different options you could go, and like if one player started going CA, then you could kind of, you know, switch, and it kind of went back and forth, and there weren't any like, you know, there was no like super heavy siege or anything like that. It was very raid heavy. No house walls. No worrying about houses. I will say though, Heatmiser is putting a lot of pressure onto Ralphie, and Ralphie's been unable to put any pressure since those first groups of CA went down. I don't know if the value from Heatmiser has really been there, but he's got 100 vils almost. If you count the fishing ships, he's got 120 vils. And he's going to be making the switch, it looks, into CA, because he just got Ring, Archer, excuse me, he just got Thumb Ring. And there's Party and Tactics and Bodcanero, so it will be a switch into CA. And if Red commits fully, if Ralphie commits fully into Halb, then I think that CA obviously is a great switch. And let's see if he can hide it at all from Ralphie. How has Ralphie got a villain here? Look at this. She's like, ho hum, don't mind me. Just walking through your base, no problems. Just looking inconspicuous. Don't know what she's doing. Oh, Mike. Stacy is busted. They were like, Stacy, your mom may have it going on, but you do not. You're dead. And it's still like have being added in from Heatmiser, who is out of gold. Ralphie doing much better on the gold front, but I'd love to know how Heatmiser plans to do CA when he has no gold. He has 7 queued. But that's about it. Nice little lumber camp that we probably could refresh there. Don't really know how I feel about this castle spot either. I guess it protects this little bit of stone that we have left, but I'd much rather see it over here. Protecting our gold, which we need. Yeah, we do have the market that we could always use. We've got 2,400 food, and boom, there it is. We just sold 2,000 food for 938 gold. So Heatmiser abusing the market, making his CA. He's got 5 ranges. We're gonna go CA and a couple of siege rams. I really like the siege ram edition. And we're gonna have kind of the same idea here by Ralphie, who's got some siege forward. Look at the score, guys. We're at minute 42. The score is within 600 points of each other on a Budapest game. Crazy game 1. I did just talk to Serum. She is gonna jump in for game 2. So we will have some casting help from me. I could have used it for this one for sure with Budapest, but I got started a little bit earlier than expected because I want to make sure I finish this set before I gotta go. Movable wants some ships. You know what, Movable? If we get late enough in the game where like the game starts to kind of spread out, I think galleys would be a great idea. Especially if Ralphie could have got that Sneakville back here and killed some of these fish traps. That would have been huge. Nice fight there from Heatmiser, and the jig is up now. The jig is up now even. That he's switched into these CA, and these are almost fully researched CAs. We need a defensive upgrade right now. We already saw Parthian tactics. We already saw all the bracer and all those things come in. We haven't seen ballistics yet. We have a university. I think we need a university in ballistics. We are a little short on wood making all these CA. But ballistics is going to be a huge miss for Heatmiser if we do in fact miss it. And there is a push coming together of CA and Halb on the right side by Ralphie. Meanwhile, on the left side, we've got CA, Light Cab, and Siege Ram. But the Siege Ram have to be accompanied. The Light Cab have to go in with the Siege Ram in. We're going to see the units moving to the right, and let's see what happens here, guys. This is such an interesting game. To the left side, we have the push coming from Heatmiser. We do have murder holes, which is actually really going to hurt Ralphie here, because the whole time we could have been killing CA, we're going to be barely even tickling these siege rams, and that castle's going to go down. But on the other side, Trebs will go down. Hussar now, not Light Cav anymore. Hussar going to snipe these Trebs, and that's a problem for Ralphie, because the Trebs are sniped, but oh, now the siege rams are going to be sniped, and we're going to keep this castle alive. That is a huge save of the castle. And we're almost in like a stalemate now, as both sides get kind of stalemated out. 83 villagers to 101, but we're probably going to lose a few more here to the Halbraids. These Hussar getting absolutely shredded though. Good positioning from Ralphie. And this game feels like it could continue for much longer. Not a whole lot of places you can get value with the CA now. Continuing to send more siege rams, but we're just gonna lose CA. No chemistry, no ballistics. Yeah, Crazy Joe, they're good positions though. There's not a lot of spots of eco that you can hit without them. And this ball now, this massive Halb and CA has not been dealt with. And the gold situation for Heatmiser, he's got some gold in the bank, but he doesn't really have any access to any more gold. Ralphie's got a little more access, but he's not taking much more. Oh, great fight there for the Halb though. A lot of CA down for Heatmiser, and a big score swing in the favor of Ralphie after that fight. Yeah, swing a game indeed, Mags. Oh, here's a fight, though, that we're not going to like. Moving the army, and this is so bad for Ralphie. Heatmiser just needs to attack as much as he can here. But he finally stopped, and we'll get an attack. But this was so good for Heatmiser. We probably lost a good, maybe a third of our army before we even stopped it. And we probably will be able to clear this army. Still missing some upgrades, big upgrades. Both these players, ballistics, chemistry. So much red on the map now as this game continues to swing one way to the other. Heatmiser looked like they had all the pressure on Ralphie. Everywhere was going right, and then Ralphie with the swing. And I'll tell you what, if we could say something about Heatmiser, it's definitely that they look like they struggle a little bit with like unit compositions and just kind of how to use the units in late game. I think we did see that once or twice in the group stage, and we're definitely seeing it now. They were able to flood so many Cavaliers so early in the game and just didn't really get the value that they should have. And now there's so many How About from Red. I don't know that we'll ever be able to mass enough CA with the kind of gold production that we have. And this could be big trouble because there's already 30 more Halberdier in the queue for Ralphie Parker. Another TC being added by Heatmiser. I don't know about how I feel about adding TCs at this point, especially if it's not on gold. These halberds have been terrific. The only thing that Ralphie really hasn't done well attacking-wise is protect his trebs a little better. If he just had some trebs to kill these last few buildings, like another castle is going to be attempted to go up here. I think Ralphie's taking this one, though, guys. The score is swinging heavy. So despite the amazing imp time, despite all the fish that he's had the whole game, it does look like Ralphie Parker is going to take game one from Heatmiser. He may even deny this castle, and if this castle gets denied, that is a big problem, and we do deny the castle. Very nice, Heatmiser. Now we really need some trebs out, or some rams or something. We need some siege. We don't have any siege producing. Elite Skirmisher is the play from Heatmiser. When you don't have gold, you gotta do something, and I guess that's the idea now. We're gonna go skirm. The only thing that Heatmiser has not done that Ralphie's done is the Halb, and vice versa for Ralphie is gonna be these Elite Skirm and Hussar. So just kind of different trash from each player. And look at this now. We're adding in a lot of stables, so it looks like maybe Hussar will be up soon. Ooh, Elite Tarkin. Oh, I love it from Red. We need siege, but he's like, yeah, we want siege, but we don't want regular siege. We want siege. Tarkin siege, in fact. We get these. We get Marauders. Yeah, we got Marauders. So we can now produce the Tarkin. And we're producing like crazy out of the two that are up. The Tarkin gonna be added here, and as the Tarkin get added, I think it's big trouble. Didn't even notice, Mags. We're down to 30 bills. We have added TCs in like other places. We do have 29 fishing ships, so like I can see why we're maybe continuing to play on a little bit, even getting some raids in down here. But when we see this Tarkin edition and they start taking buildings down, it's gonna be GG. If we can get to the production, if we can build up enough numbers to get to the castle, even making forward buildings now. Heatmiser just probably can't believe that they've lost this game. I mean, he had to feel so good. Remember, guys, this was an 18-minute imp. 18-minute imp into straight Cavalier from Heatmiser. Maybe a little bit slow into their imp upgrades. Like, had we added maybe like 20 knights first and just gone and raided with the knights and then gone up, I think we might have been a little bit better off. But Heatmiser, given the GG well played, and wow. What a game that was to start us off for the knockout stage. Heatmiser with the greater APM, and I think that's a trend we've seen for Ralphie a lot. Ralphie's been either the lowest or right around the APM, so let me bring in my co-caster, who I know is watching that game, so can talk to me. Actually, before I do that, let me see if I can actually get my audio right for once. But yeah, we're going to have Sarams join me in just a moment. All right, Sarah, are you there?
Yeah.
All right, so I did it right the first time. Good job for me. Welcome in.
Thank you. That was a pretty intense game.
Yeah, that was wild, huh? Good first game.
Yeah, what a comeback.
Did I send you the games already, Sarah? I don't remember.
No, I think I still need the Rex.
I will send them right now. All right, there's the next one. And it looks like, guys, the next one will be on... Okay, let me double check the home maps, because I said that was Ralphie's home map. I want to make sure that was right. Yeah, that was Ralphie's home map, and Heatmiser pulled off that crazy 18-minute imp on it. Nuts. So we're going to get Game 2 on Morass for Heatmiser's home map. And it looks like, Sarah, we've got Sicilians and Romans.
Yep. I'm opening the of Capture Age right now, so I'll catch up to you in just a sec.
Yeah, I'm just opening Capture Age as well. And actually, I think I'm going to let the dog outside.
Okay.
So I will be right back as the game loads. Guys, we'll be right back with game number 2 in just a minute. Okay, you're outside. Okay, we're back, and Sarah, I'm at 1 minute and 4 seconds, actually.
Okay, let me get there.
Come on, Capture Age, move over.
You said 1 minute 4?
1 minute 4 seconds, yes.
Okay, I'm there whenever you are.
Yes, everybody, the doggo got a treat. He's happy now. Okay, 1 minute 4 seconds, Sarah. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
And we've got Morass for Heatmiser. Sarah, talk us through Morass a little bit.
Well, I mean, personally, I don't think I've ever played this map, but I mean, I know that there's a ton of shorefish and that it tends to lead to a lot of feudal aggression fighting for the center control. And then I think the late game ends up playing out a lot like Atacama, where you're trying to control a lot of the wood in the middle, but there are like bigger wood patches on the outside, so it's not like not as make it or break it, I would say, as Atacama usually is. But I think that we see a lot of men-at-arms on this this map, or archers as well. It's pretty strong to sort of harass the middle, so I think that the meta is to pick civs that are quite good at that. I think Bulgarians, Japanese, we often see a lot here, so it's interesting to see Romans and Sicilians picked. Both civs, I think, can play strong infantry. I mean, Sicilians obviously have donjons and, that whole cheese. If they want to go sergeants, Romans have infantry bonuses as well. So I wonder if we might see a little bit of that.
Yeah, donjons would be fun. We do see the mill already come down. That's one of the things that we saw on Morass, as it was somebody's home map. I can't remember whose home map it was in the group stage, but it was not this player. Heatmiser had changed his home map to get this one now. So we did see at least 1 or 2 players mill first on the berries, like you would do on a normal map. And I think that's a mistake here, right? You want to mill out on the fish.
Yeah, I think you definitely want to go for the short fish. It's going to gather way faster than the berries. And so, yeah, especially when there's no like army out on the field, I think it's better to go for the short fish first.
And if we look at Heatmiser's build here, on his home map, he's gone first to the mill. So he's not even building a lumber camp first.
That's pretty unconventional.
Like
I don't know if I would advise for that. Yeah, he's gonna have to take the straggler trees around his TC to build the lumber camp. I mean, imagine like a really fast like Drescher Man-at-Arms, and to keep him off of wood and keep him off of building a lumber camp, it could be incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, I've always thought too, something that we haven't really seen in this map, killing the deer could be big. Because like if you do get pushed off the fish, you essentially go to the deer because that's the only food you have left, or the mill. So, you know, sending an early militia or an early men-at-arms that like just kind of sweeps around and kills a couple of the herdables, I think could be more important in this map if they get pushed off a fish.
Yeah. I always thought like the Lithuanians insta-drush could be really powerful here because I mean blue doesn't have loom and he's just out there taking the shore fish, so you know something like that could be like pretty brutal. But he ends up getting the lumber camp anyway, so I guess I don't know, maybe this is a calculated build and it's all in his plans.
Yeah, it seems like this might be a good build from him. I would love to see some early aggression here. We do see that whoever takes the control of the fish early on usually gets at least a good foothold in the map. Lith still has free food, Mike. They just don't have as much.
No, they get it whenever they age up now, so per TC. So like it's basically the same bonus, but it comes a bit later. So it hurts them when on maps that they benefited from the instant food. So like you know, Four Lakes, they used to be really strong because they could go
nomad
straight
kind of stuff.
yeah.
And you can build the dock and not have to worry about food at your TC.
Exactly.
But when they go to field age, they do get that bump of food, so you can still have a nice feudal rush. And here is a barracks coming down from both players.
Yep. Blue using 5 vills to build his barracks.
I think Blue probably forgot their barracks in their build. That's my guess for that one.
And he's not going to have enough to build another building here. So I think it's just going to be man-at-arms from, or like, you know, militia, I guess, from both players. Yeah.
Wow, he's got 5 queued. So, okay, I'm going to guess that Heatmiser forgot to build the building and then also should already have militia out by now in his build order.
He's just not getting loom, so he needs to be careful or he might lose a vill here. He
is fighting. He's lost his scout, I think, on the other end as well.
Okay, it comes in right before that vill takes another hit, so that is lucky.
And 1 HP left on this 1 militia from Ralphie. Heatmiser did lose his scout in this scuffle with the villagers.
I don't like sending these militia in 1 by 1 from both players. Like you're really not gonna get, like, vills can just fight that. You're not gonna get a lot of damage that way. Should sort of group them up and be really annoying.
Men-at-arms now from the Roman Ralphie, and that should deal easily with these militia forwards. So Ralphie gonna keep his pond, and Heatmiser gonna keep his pond, both pretty easily here. And it looks like scouts now from Heatmiser. And there's not a second military building at all from Ralphie, but scouts against men-at-arms and then possibly spears being added might be a little tough.
I don't love that scout addition. I don't think that makes much sense when you know that your opponent is playing man-at-arms, unless you're gonna sort of run them around to the back of the base. But fighting them head-on, I think, is not good.
And we're adding a spear now. don't know
I
why
mean,
you'd add a spear in that
luckily,
situation.
you know, Ralphie is just sending like 1 or 2 men-at-arms in at a time, so scouts actually do work against that. But imagine he had like 3 grouped up, then the 2 scouts never win.
Yeah, and
So
he does have a spear now, so if these scouts are gonna get engaged at all in the fight, they're gonna lose. Could be annoying though, maybe on the wood line.
yeah,
Trying to focus on the pawn
whip.
though.
I'd love to see either player at a range. If they're gonna continue with the feudal aggression. I mean, blue is getting supplies, so I'm assuming he's gonna continue.
Supplies for Heatmiser.
But yeah.
Oh man. And no
And he's gonna
donjon.
get forging as well. So this
He's
is like
all
a
in.
full feudal, yeah.
And supplies is gonna be. That means it's gonna be militia or men at arms. Pretty much, right? I mean, that doesn't affect anything
Yeah.
else.
I believe like the Romans bonus, like their infantry get like double blacksmith upgrades or whatever. So
Ah,
if
so he's got +2 already.
yeah, but no, that's Sicilians has got like the Oh yeah, okay. So Romans has armor and Sicilians has attack here.
Oh, and
so
there's
yeah,
the
they're
donjon.
both. Yeah.
But we're probably gonna lose some villagers here, and we do have almost 3 minutes of idle time from Ralphie, so we are a couple vills ahead. Heatmiser, but they'll probably level out here, so we'll probably lose a few.
Yeah, those men-at-arms are supposed to. I mean, sitting them underneath the donjon, though, I don't like that. I think we're just losing a lot
Lost them
needlessly
really
there.
easily.
Yeah, just send them over to the gold. Like, it's completely open. And you can't build another donjon. He's not on stone.
Yeah, and that donjon only protects food. There's also his wood line that we could get to. Meanwhile, we do have scouts on the wood line in the back, but Ralphie did a good job of walling that up, and now his spear will come over and should clear out both of those scouts.
Double range from Sicilian. So we have a barracks, a stable, and 2 ranges right now.
And meanwhile, another barracks is added by Ralphie. So, like...
Interesting.
Heatmiser...
I don't like that. He sees the ranges now. I mean, if he wants to continue aggression, he should probably just add his own
He is onto the gold, like we asked.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of damage there.
A little bit of archers.
I mean,
though,
fletching
out, and
isn't in.
That should deal with it.
I mean, yeah, but and he's running right into TC with the other men-at-arms. It's never good. The army control is a little bit lacking.
Good pressure, though. Keeping blue on their toes.
Yeah, and then the other men-at-arms just runs right under the donjon. Okay. But it's good. Good defense.
Yeah, and because of that range, just like you said, now blue's in a position where if they need to mass up, though. They don't need to walk these in one at a time and lose them. Maybe get 5 or 6 archers with fletching, and then you can. And I do have fletching now, so.
I mean, the eco is a disaster for Sicilian, so he really needs to do some damage here, or he's gonna be. He's never castle at this point. So just defending here is bad, actually, when you are a full feudal military.
Yeah, very true. He needs to be getting damage, and he's trying to do that. He should get some success here because it's only 2 barracks for Ralphie, and we're now on 2 ranges. So,
I mean, he'll find all the woodvilles or the fishvilles over here, so maybe he can get a bit of damage.
Gonna lose an archer though.
Gosh, those men-at-arms take so many
2
hits
archers.
because of the defense.
Yeah, that +2 pierce armor is great on those, but a little bit better micro, and we would have 6 archers here instead of 4. And that's a difference because we're not going to be one-shotting vills.
There's a tower there too, on the
good
fish.
tower.
So he needs to go to the gold or find the wood line.
Yeah, he knows the thing
Not
about
gonna
it
find
is
much damage there.
he knows the wood line, and the wood line was small walled and protected by a spear. Well, what does a small wall and a spear do against 5 archers? You know, nothing.
I mean, Romans is about to click up to Castle Age, so I think that Sicilians is going to be in a bit of trouble.
We should be buying here. Now, there are 6 archers now forward with fletching, so we've knocked them off of gold. And we don't have the gold to click up. We could easily buy it. And there it is, the click.
There it is. So, let's see what the transition is going to be. Does he stay on infantry? I feel like that's... I mean, it'd probably be just fine if he knows how far behind his opponent is.
Yeah, it's probably his only option too right now, huh?
He could add a stable, but he's off of gold. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably see him buy a little bit more food even here, as he is a little bit kind of lopsided in his eco. This is a great find, though, for the archers. We talked about how he knew this was here already, and now you got to get in there and kill vills here. You can't get a bad engagement.
This is the damage that I'm talking about. He really needs this so that he can buy himself some time to get up to castle. But he's patrolling. He didn't even get a kill. I mean, he idles a lot, so it's still like okay damage, but it's not the best. It could have been a lot more punishing.
Yeah, he's idled the wood, which is great because you're not going to be getting stables dropped now.
Yeah, I mean, he's idled wood, he's idled gold. Now red is house. Like, he's not going to be able to afford too much, like, going into castle age. And then if you just send these archers home and sort of like make some small walls around your base, like the infantry can never do any damage because you can just wall forever behind. He should see that there's stuff in the barracks. He's got the other archers right there.
Oh, and look at this, another
forcing a tower.
Tower being added.
I mean, maybe it did enough.
I like that actually. Red's gonna have a good army to go forward and push with the long swordsman. Probably gonna wait for.
I mean, that's what I was saying though. If Red just adds a range instead of a second barrett, gets a few skirms out, this never happens.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Having no range against these archers was rough, and I like the spot that Blue's found here, out of the range of the tower. Just annoying villagers. He's actually got 1 or 2 kills already on these, or just 1 kill on the archers, but a good spot.
I mean, he is gonna go longswords upgrade. He's gonna get squires, so it's infantry.
And chainmail. So will chainmail then? Will that give him +2?
Yeah, let me click on one and see what happens here. So he's got.
He's got +2 now.
Yeah.
So do they get +4?
It's not
or
in
do they
yet.
Get +3 when it comes in? Yeah.
So. It's +4. Yeah,
Wow.
so he has +4 defense now. Yeah,
and they're faster than the archers, so they're going to catch up as the archers run away. Right? Because 0.99 and 0.96, yeah. Wow. What a play by Ralphie. Understanding this Roman army really well.
So what does Sicilians do here? He's going to click crossbow.
I don't even know if crossbow's the right play. I'm not. Maybe knights, but it's really easy for your
I mean,
opponent to just add in spears.
He needed a few walls. Like, I don't understand why we're not walled off, like small walled on the gold or like on the wood. Like, 'cause now these are so annoying.
Okay, we're up to crossbow now. We're under our TC getting this fight, and the longswords are just eating.
They can just tank. Yeah, they can just tank. It's brutal.
They just don't care. I mean, these things are crazy. I don't even think they don't get Gambison, do they?
Oh my god.
Too much, I guess.
No, they don't. Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
If we look at the Vil count, it is dead even. Both players in Castle Age, but Red putting the pressure onto Heatmiser. This is crazy.
Yeah, Red is just gonna spam them in now. Like, where are the walls at? Now he's like, he's wrapping around to your stone, to your wood.
Yeah, that's really exposed now too, and the donjon's coming up front on the gold, so that's gonna be really exposed in the back. We're gonna try and get a quick wall.
Oh no, he found the stone. Like, yeah, I mean, all you have to do is just some walls around this. Like, I mean, when you're playing against full melee, you just gotta keep them out, right? Like, keep them and like keep re-walling behind as much as you can. I know that it's tough, like around these sort of like tight resources, but you just have to buy yourself some time to mass up enough crossbow.
And there's no more army. I mean, there's 7 crossbow right now from Heatmiser. He just does not have the army, and if Red gets enough longswords on that back wood, there's nothing to protect it.
I know. Another donjon would be clutch here, but I think we're missing a 3 stone.
I think if Heatmiser can just get enough, and maybe even use the market to get like a siege workshop. He is putting a market down right now. Siege workshop, like 1 mango for these towers, or 1 ram.
Okay, we did wall off the wood, so that's good.
Got engagement coming here. Oh, he's gonna get caught. This is bad for Heatmiser.
Oh no.
And surrounded, so quickly gonna lose about 5 or 6 crossbow. As we try and micro our way back, we're not even gonna kill 1 longsword, and the other longswords are into the wood line now if they can get through this house, and it'll be quick work. So Heatmiser's got to see this, and he's got to do something fast. sends one vill, now two vills over to repair the two buildings. But the longsword come forward
A
on the front.
TC coming down
I
as
don't
well. No, I think everything has to go into military right now. You really need that wood to make more archers.
Yeah, I don't like the TC, and it's kind of the same mistake they made in the first game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dropping
Now they're in on
TC
the wood
when
line.
They didn't need it. Yeah, the wood
That's
line's
painful.
going. Boxer Saint, what's up, buddy? Yeah, the infantry out of control now for the Romans. And we'll probably see the Romans at a siege workshop at some point too, and start to get siege out. And that will be really, really tough for Heatmiser to deal with. Oh.
At this point, it's such a big snowball. You know, I would have personally just made a full Knights transition against this because I don't trust my micro enough to like micro archers against these, like these bad boys just patrolling
+4
in.
Pierce too. Like I don't want to play against +4 Pierce with the
some Knights with some Scorpions behind, like, or some kind of siege behind, I think is like what I would have done, but I don't know. I mean, archers is the natural play, but it's just like you have to babysit them.
Well, it's another TC, and I'll tell you what, Heatmiser's not going to give up. He's going to say, okay, you want to have your melee in one spot? You can go deal with this, these buildings I have over here, and I'll make some more in other places.
Yeah.
Boxer in the chat saying Romans is one of his favorite civs right now. Roman's so hot right now. Haven't really seen a lot of Romans, actually, so it is fun getting to see their... I mean, this infantry looks super strong.
Yeah, I mean, their castle age is really strong. I think they start to... Their options get a little bit more limited in Imp. But, yeah, I mean, this play, I think people get really caught off guard and have no idea how to react to it. Especially in big open maps like this, it can be really deadly.
Yeah, good point, Norson. That is a great TC spot, but they're going to need that TC because this one's going down. And there's really nothing to stop this amount of longswords anymore.
Look at that macro for Romans behind, though. Floating so much res. Like, this player is like, I'm focusing on this military, and that's it. He hasn't enough to drop a castle right in Sicilian's face, though. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's the next move.
Well, and they have just added another TC, so they're at least, like, thinking somewhat about some eco here. Probably feeling in a really strong position, though. They obviously know the score. They know that they just took out a TC. They're taking out all these production buildings. And
yeah, but, like, what's the kill condition, you know?
Blue's getting gold mining upgrades.
Yeah. I mean, he could just go eat that TC right now, like, with all of those.
That's what I'm saying. There's nothing to stop him now. There's no castle. There's no army. Like, these longswords are at a number that they could literally just walk in anywhere on the map. And they know there's a TC. They know there's a donjon there. Go kill those things now. Although the vill count is not that bad. I mean, it's not good, but it's not terrible for blue.
Well, yeah, I mean, he is on 2 TCs. He's kind of like snuck out to the left, and he's been taking gold.
Oh, and look at the castle we've decided to put down for Ralphie. So a safe castle for Ralphie.
I don't like that. I would have loved to see it. Like, I mean, you know, you're in control.
Anywhere just right in the middle of his face would have been great, right?
Yeah, that's a really safe castle. But I mean, maybe he's just chilling. Like, at this point, he can do whatever he wants, right? He can just boom, go to Imp, you know, start trepping. He can try to go full, like, forward siege, castle in his face. Like, it's going to be hard to lose from this point.
And we did see in the last game, once they got to a controlling position, Ralphie then went to Tarkin. So he just started adding UU. Maybe that's kind of like the, you know, the MO for this player is they, you know, get themselves to a strong spot, and then they start adding UU. We'll see what they do with this castle up. TC down, though. All the army down. Villagers are
TC's
running
dead.
away.
All of these vills are running. He's really got not much. Just these few archers right here under the donjon.
Not much at all, indeed. Villagers desperately running away. Dropping like flies, though. Meanwhile, Red is not adding villagers at all, so... Donjon going down now to the longswords. Longswords fighting villagers. Villagers actually won that fight. Very nice. On the top. Yeah, will we see Legionnaires? None yet. What do Legionnaires do? I don't even know.
You're talking about the Roman infantry unit?
Or whatever they make in the castle.
Oh, yeah, the Legionary. I mean, it's basically like their replacement for so there's a Legionary, and then they have like their Centurion, which is like the cavalry unit.
Okay.
So the cavalry unit, like whenever it is nearby, like it has like an aura effect when it's around militia units. It gives them more. I think it makes them faster and they attack faster.
Okay. So they're like
and
little captains.
Yeah. The Legionary is like the replacement for the champion in the barracks, and it is I mean, it's just basically like a champion. I'm not sure that the stats are all that different, but because it has that, you know, it coupled with the Centurions, I think is really strong.
Yeah, it sounds.
I actually don't remember. I don't know the difference between the Legionary and the champion, but it's just a strong infantry unit. They cost the same.
Okay.
I think it has a bit more. Yeah, 75 hit points compared to 70, and then a little bit less attack.
Okay.
But
the same function.
Yeah.
Well, it does look like Heatmiser is gonna struggle to get back in this one, and that would put Ralphie in a commanding 2-0 lead in this first quarter final.
I think we'll see the GG when Imp hits.
Yeah, we've got Imp coming in. All the techs being teched as well. Ralphie just in a dominant position. Look at the res collected. He's got 3k more. There is the Imp. Heatmiser only at 42 vills, and there is the GG. Well played.
Yeah, you gotta know you're way behind.
Okay, so
GG.
not as crazy of a game 2 as we saw in game 1. Still strong from both players, though. But Ralphie taking the home map of each player. And this next one, which I've just sent to you, Sarah, or I'm just now sending to you, will be on a random map from our pool of maps, along with all the rest of the game. So there's a possibility that this is our last one for the night, as we've got a best of 5 series that's now 2-0 in favor of Ralphie. So I hope the chat, along with me, is rooting for a Heatmiser win in this one, so we can get another game.
All right, I am in capture age whenever you are ready.
Okay, terrific. Sarah, I am going to give a short, tiny little break in order that we can hear our hidden Holiday Cup anthem.
Alrighty.
So as I cue this game up, you guys can enjoy the tunes from Al Coldner FM, who makes the greatest Age of Empires music. This is our hidden Holiday Cup anthem. Hope you guys enjoy.
It's a cloudy day outside and the windows are fucked up. The holidays make me wanna watch some hidden cup. Getting my hot chocolate ready and some gingerbread too. HHC by Capture Nine's gonna be something for you. The players are there and the leads are hidden, so you never know who you're going to face in this scenario. This will be another glow. Let's play some games, enjoy the Christmas time while watching some H. It's a hidden holiday. It's a hidden holiday. It's a hidden holiday. Cup. It's the hidden holiday. It's a hidden holiday. It's the hidden holiday. Cup.
All right, guys, we are getting into game number 3. Sarah, I'm at second 16. That was, of course, Al Coldner, FM. Magnolia knows Al Coldner well. We have some a tune together, if I remember correctly.
Oh, I'm here. Sorry, I was muted. I am ready. I'm at second 16.
Okay,
you are.
Perfect. Okay, so let's go in 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right.
All right, and it looks like Acropolis for Mongols and Slavs. I love a Mongols pick on Acropolis. Mangudai can be so deadly on this map that's so hard to wall. So can Scouts.
Yeah. This is a really bad matchup for Slavs on a map like this. I think that Mongols have so much mobility, especially if they can get into Cav Archer or Mangudai, which is going to help a lot on this map. And then, yeah, just be able to control a lot of area. Slavs, I feel, don't have a good answer for Mangudai or Cav Archers unless they can get into Halb Siege, which on a map like this is really, really hard. So yeah, I would try to do something earlier in the game and not let it get so late, and really try to prevent Mongols from massing a unit that is going to be tough to deal with.
Oh no, and look at this lumber camp for Heatmiser. Acropolis is it's one of those maps that doesn't have the best wood. You kind of have to get off your main little starting place to get to the wood. But you don't want your wood camp to look like this to start.
It's not the best. It's not the best. It's not the worst. I also, I've never been sure if it's good to make the first lumber camp at home or whether or not you just need to go straight for the wood line in the middle. But I mean, I guess the wood lines aren't that terrible that they within this generation. But you can see like the Mongols player went straight forward for the one at the bottom. I mean, we'll see what ends up paying off.
I think, Sarah, if you look at the back of Heatmiser's map, like he has a great wood line back there. I mean, if you tuck the lumber camp back in there, that'd have been great.
And it's like in the back of your base versus like exposed right there at the front. So yeah, that would have been a much better choice because that is like kind of a nice wood line for Acropolis.
Yeah, so I think maybe the answer to your question there is like, I think there's probably usually a good spot on your little home island there on Acropolis where you should put the lumber camp. But I don't hate going out to the middle here either. Like, you're going to have to go there eventually anyways. But I think you should probably be planning aggression if you're going to do that.
With Mongols, I think it's completely fine. You're going to expect to get up faster, especially when, like, this map has such an easy deer push, which, I don't see Red doing that, but I definitely would if I were Mongols.
Well, sorry to cut you off there, Sarah, but Red's not going for the deer push because his scout's forward. I thought it might go to lane.
Right into TC.
Yeah, it's going to eat the TC. I thought we might lame. I thought we might get some sheep. Instead, we're just going to die. Okay, sorry about that.
That's so bad. Yeah, I would imagine Mongols is gonna try to open scouts here, and you lose that scout, and then you're not gonna be able to push any of your deer. You lose a lot of advantage because of that. Maybe he was going for the lame and just got punished, but
I mean,
that's unfortunate.
He ran right by the boar, so like if he was paying attention at the right time, I think he would have got it. Although I love to see that because that gives Heatmiser the little bit of an advantage here that I'm hoping anyways that he can pull out.
Yeah.
So, Mike wants to know if it's ever worth it to dock the middle, and I think he knows the answer is only to meme.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Couple of cannon
style
guidons
points
in there
for sure. Yeah.
Maybe some fish traps or something. It could be.
Okay, so.
Okay, the Mongolers are just gonna go out and take the deer from the mill at the berries. I actually like.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, I really like that.
Like, it's close enough that you can take it, but yeah, would have probably preferred to see them push to the TC. Other than the scout did nothing there, except for he now knows where the other TC is.
We hate the TC pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. Slav's got housed, so we clicked loom, and then now we're up. Both players are up.
A lot of idle time from both those. Slav's player a little bit behind the up, but two vills ahead, excuse me. So a little bit shaky start from both these guys compared to the first two games where those were their home maps. They looked pretty comfortable in the starts of those games. This one, maybe not as prepared for. They did know it was Acropolis as soon as they got their kind of assigned game time. So they probably had anywhere between like a day or two, I think, to prepare for this.
But Acropolis is one of the most standard openings. I mean, it's standard res.
Yeah, there's nothing super different about it. That's
like all of your Arabia build orders apply to Acropolis in the same way. So it's like I would think that Budapest and Morris are like way harder starts. Like
Budapest
you need a lot more preparation.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like I feel like this type of map, like I don't know, it's like it's not that different from Arabia, honestly.
So maybe just like some game 3 fatigue or something. You're gonna find a weak Vill on the hill.
That's nice. Ooh, is he gonna get it?
Well,
micro.
And you know that there's no scout from the enemy, so you can just kind of like... Oh, he's causing so much idle time from this, too.
He'll lose his scout, though, if he's not careful.
Yeah,
he really
going to
needs
lose the scout. But I think he'll take the loss of the scout for the Vill if he can get it. I don't know if he
will,
The
hair snipe's not worth it.
He got it, and he kept the scout alive.
Wow.
So Heatmiser...
Very nice, but...
Okay, so Heatmiser was the one who quick-walled the Vill last game, too. So this player is good at little micro stuff.
Yeah, so he's gonna go Drush, late Drush,
militia.
like this militia rush.
Oh, what are you doing?
I don't know what this build is. It's a bit weird. And he went for he went for horse collar over double bit first, which I don't love that either.
And he hasn't made any more than one farm.
Yeah, I mean he did delay Mongols a lot. Like they were up at the same time, and they're just now getting this this stable up.
Okay, scout immediately dies.
Yeah, see, I don't love that. He did that in the last game too, just like stringing them in one by one and just sort of losing them. Just group everything together.
Well, he's only making
or just
two.
Put that. I mean,
and
like if you have a 1 HP scout, just put it on auto scout at that point, you know.
Like if you make 2 militia at this point, they're almost better used just to try to kill any spears you might run into. Like don't even try and use them on the vills. Wait for your scouts to come out.
Yeah, like he's now they're 2 together, but he just sends in 1.
And it dies
I
immediately.
hate this, and it just
here
dies.
Comes the second one, and it's gonna die.
It's really not good. He's doing the same thing that he did in the last game, where he added a stable. So he's going like this militia into scouts, and the scouts did nothing last game.
Well, and it's militia into scouts into like always second to castle age in that situation, right?
Yeah, I mean, like just go scouts. Like if you're gonna do this, these aren't getting any value.
Yeah, the militia did nothing. You have no more gold, so you're going to be way slow getting that up to 200 to click up.
It's not worth it.
Heavy on berries right now, too.
It's just such a tough build, right? Like, because, like, these are both taking food. And, like, that there's a reason why you usually follow up, you know, militia or men-at-arms with archers, because your eco can handle it. But this is just why you get so late up to castle age, just because like it's such a food heavy. You have to do so much damage to make this worth it.
Yeah, for sure. Now he is taking 3 scouts into the wood line, so there's 3 at one time, and there's a militia, so he's gonna get 4 units at the same time going.
They're both attacking each other's wood line at the same time here.
I didn't even see the other one. Yeah. Yeah. There is a spear though for blue.
There's a spear, but it's like
Okay, 2 scouts down.
He's not paying attention.
Down.
2 vills will go down on blues.
And again, the militia is fighting by itself while there's 4 scouts just like hanging out around.
Yeah, I don't love that. Why even continue to add militia at this point?
And
like it's.
The scouts are gonna attack the spear downhill. So we do kill the spear,
it's a bit messy.
Yeah, really messy. And we have another scout too hanging out.
Like, don't run into TC, don't run into the spear, just group up, like, go back. Yeah, it's a bit messy. I mean, to be fair, he's up 5 vills still because of all of the idle time that he caused red while all of that was happening. So he did some damage. He probably just doesn't know that he did some damage.
He's got more farms down already too.
Yeah.
With the upgrades, of course, on the farms. I don't know if Ralphie had horse collar before he put his 7 farms down or not.
Yeah.
Gold
I hate
upgrade
this
coming.
16-person lumber camp. imagine a tower right behind Heatmiser's
Oh
woodline
man,
right now.
oh man. Either one of these guys having a tower in that position would be deadly. Okay, the scouts are gonna find this Vil that's making the market, so another pick. Nice job, more value for those blue scouts.
That's quite nice. It denies the market. Oh, it's just one tap if so. It gets down. I wish he would go down and snipe that low HP Vil that's on the woodline.
Yeah, he's seen it a little bit. He
scout.
did get another Vil snipe there, so now 4-2 Eco KD, and he's now up 6 villagers.
Yeah.
So let's go Heatmiser.
Heatmiser needs to go to gold now. Pull some of those wood Vils off.
Mike, I think that depends. Slav or Khmer farms. Like, I think it depends on if you have wheelbarrow and, you know.
I think that
all
Khmer's
text
pay
and
off
stuff.
way faster than Slavs. So, yeah. I think just like without any upgrades, like Khmer farms are a way bigger advantage earlier in the game.
Yeah, that rolling food just looks so good to see on your
Ouch.
res
Heatmiser
counter
runs all
there.
his scouts into the 2 spears that are by the wood line.
And again,
So,
he
it looks like
doesn't have like a follow-up in motion. You know, there's no range, there's nothing else added, and he's going to be second to Castle Age, so it's going to be kind of a repeat again.
It's not good. I don't love it. He's still adding scouts too. Like at this point, you gotta wall up. You gotta do something. Otherwise, you know, things are just gonna run right into your base. He's adding another stable.
And Ralphie,
Why?
okay, Sarah, remind me on the first game if you can remember. Do you remember what? Oh, it was the first game was Huns versus Huns. And Ralphie went cavalry. Second game was Sicilians, and he didn't go cavalry when he thought he should, or was that Heatmiser?
So Heatmiser last game was Sicilians, and he went men-at-arms into stable into double range.
Okay, so Ralphie was the Romans, and he didn't go stable units. I was thinking maybe like DM Bent for this guy, who always goes stable units. But he did do one Roman game where he went only infantry.
Well, okay, so Mongols is going to play knights, I'm guessing.
Two
but he didn't
stables.
get any upgrades on the way up except for bloodlines. So this looks more like a boom.
Do we have
than
a
it does-
blacksmith? We don't have a blacksmith.
No, we don't have a blacksmith. we built a
skipped it.
market instead.
And look at Blue, with one scout, is going to get more value than he did with the other 3, just kind of idling these villagers on the berries a little bit.
I mean, Slavs is prepping for some all-in aggression here. Like, we've got triple stable, no walls. Like, I feel like we're ready to go to do it, but I don't know. Let's see. Okay, step
Not enough on
lancers
gold.
from Mongols.
Ooh, and Step Lancers are not going to be good against Slav Knights. They will be
I
good
don't love
against
it,
villagers.
Because you have to micro and sort of hit and run a lot. I mean, raiding with them, especially when your opponent is fully open, it can be really, really painful. So let's see what he does.
Oh, yeah, and Mags, you're right. It was, Red did go CA to open that first game, you're right. I was thinking of Heatmiser. So, okay. So Ralphie definitely
both of these-
not the horsey player.
Like, just a few small walls, like, something. Like,
We're
it's...
trying, but it's late. Oh, the wall! The gate. Very nice.
Yeah.
But the wood,
But
the gold.
look at his gold.
It's even worse, probably. You probably want them on the wood
It's
before you want
worse.
them on the gold, yeah.
Yeah.
Only one loss, though. Not too bad.
Like, the Acropolis is so easy to wall off. I don't understand. Like, I mean, this is a tournament. It's over $1,000.
There's
Like,
a lot
these
of
guys
money
are
at
playing. Like,
stake,
it's
that's for
just a
sure.
random ass ladder game, you know?
This is the quarterfinal, so both of these two, I would say they're probably the two of the lowest 4 left. These guys did not make the bye. They didn't have the best records of the ones that went on, but
yeah,
each of them had very strong looking sets, at least in one of their sets. And to be
I'd like
fair,
to see
Ralphie's looked pretty good here. I don't particularly like the Step Lancer play against Slav Knights, but I love Step Lancers in general, so...
I mean, I think it's fine, like, when you're up to Castle Age first and, like, you're trying to do some quick damage, it's not the worst thing in the world. You don't want to stay on it forever. But I mean, just sort of like going around poking the vills on the goal, like it's doing a lot.
And because we have such good numbers, these knight fights aren't even that bad.
Yeah, I mean, Slavs will struggle to keep up knight production, not being able to take gold. Like this is hurting.
Good
And
job.
he needs to add some monks. I would definitely love to see monks from either player at this point.
Use the market. Okay, he did just sell some food for gold. Yeah, that's what you need to do. Just sell a little bit of food for gold. Get some more knights out. He's doing a good job of microing him for the most part. Keep him on the hill.
I like the fight on the hill.
Not
it's good.
chasing. He hasn't chased too bad. He's chasing right now as I say that. He needs to run back away from this. Good job.
A TC on the gold would be good. Like in between even the back gold and like the wood line.
Has the eco for it too, yeah.
Yeah. Just so that he doesn't have to worry about these, right? Because they have no defense upgrades. They can't run under TC. So
even one on this forward gold kind of in front of his wood line, I don't think would suck. Getting some map control like that could be okay.
Yeah. But again, like, you know, Heatmiser's not in the position that he wants to be. He went triple staple, but he's fully defending at home.
Yep.
Like, meanwhile, like, Mongols is on 3 TC over here. And what you don't want to do is just let Mongols sort of peacefully boom. You really need to do something because your knights can't do shit against Mangadai and Imp.
Now, I think Ralphie just needs to switch to camels and he'll be absolutely fine, but he's not doing that. And Heatmiser, if Heatmiser can run in now, he's trying to make a monastery at home, but Heatmiser's going to deny that. This is Heatmiser's moment right here. He has to make damage here and get this Vil count in his favor.
Yeah. Would love to see him, instead of adding a second TC, to just go forward with some siege. Because he's, yeah.
I love Ralphie is committed to the monks. He's adding this other monastery up by his mill.
It's a good play. He really needs monks to help defend against this because
this number is getting up there in knights. There's now 15 on the field. They're not doing enough damage, but
yeah, we need +2, and then we can just run under TC.
Yeah, we're not too far away from getting it if we want to. And we could click it right now. We have knights producing. Let's go ahead and click it. Nice TC added by the Mongols on the wood line, though. Don't so much like the one in the back, but the wood line is very nice.
I mean, the idle time for Red is like really high. So even though he has 3 TCs, like he's not able to produce out of them.
And I love this play from Heatmiser. He's gonna stake about 8 knights and leave them on that monastery to make sure.
He killed the other monastery too.
Yep, that one goes down. So killing the buildings that your opponent can make the best counter units out of is a great move strategically in the game.
He needs to do something though, not just like run around these buildings, like workshop or get on stone and like try to put a castle like right in his face on those wood lines. Like
he's got a number of knights now. I mean, he's got 20 plus knights. Another monastery being added by the TC. I think he can just get +2 and literally take the TC.
+2 and just ETC. Like he doesn't have anything that he can defend this with right now.
He's just gonna go ahead and kill the rest of the bills.
This is the position you want to be in with Slavs right now. He's getting +2 now, so he's like, I'm all in. Yeah, you keep him off farms. Like, don't let him get enough pikes. Like, if you get +2, you can just take those fights against like lower number pikes.
And your opponent has 3 TCs, so that means at the maximum after this raids, he should have 45 Vils. So as long as you're up above that, which you know we're close to anyways. Yeah, we are.
He's getting a lot of damage. Nice, like under this TC on the wood line.
Yeah, good point, Redo. There's not even fletching from red, so under the TC with +2
just eat the
is just
TC.
dangerous. JR already in the chat calling for a reverse sweep. What's up, JR? Redo, how's it going, guys? Yeah, this TC, I mean, I don't know why we're even on the monastery. Like, get all your knights to this TC. You even have knights to the south that are not doing anything.
Yeah, keep producing, keep putting farms down, like, just go all in right now.
But the Vils continue to drop. They continue to increase for blue. There are a couple of pike out, but these pike, first of all, the numbers aren't good. Second of all, they're +1.
Just get a siege workshop, like get a Scorp, get a mango, and you win.
JR, thank you so much for the gift sub, man. Crazy Joe. Definitely deserving.
Oh yeah, all these are dead under the TC now.
There goes 12 to 13 more Vils.
Oh,
and
it's
Heatmiser. Let's go.
Yeah.
Look at the castle attempting to be put up. That thing's not going to get up. And there is the GG from Ralphie. We love to see it.
Really well played. That was really well played. I think that, you know, that he probably recognized that had a horrible matchup and, you know, played it really well.
Yeah, and
yeah.
We talked about how the Civ matchup probably not very good there for him the later it goes. So really needed to kind of dive all these knights in and get this damage. So well done for Heatmiser to keep himself alive in the tournament. And let's look at the APM one more time. And again, Heatmiser in the 40s and Ralphie in the 20s. So a pretty big APM discrepancy there between the two of them, despite having the games be so even. All right, Sarah, incoming is the next one.
All right.
And I actually, just while playing that game, was sent the next quarterfinal series from Azure. So on Sunday, guys, we will be casting quarterfinal number 2 and going through the last 6 players of our little deep dive, trying to figure out who everybody is before our final guesses on the final day. All right, so I got that game over to you. I just need to put it in the right folder for me.
That was very greedy from the Mongols player. 3TC there when you know your opponent is on triple staple, but I do it too. It is the curse of the boomer.
Crazy Joe says, Blue could have won this 6 minutes earlier. Guess why if you watched the whole game? 6 minutes earlier. I don't know, man. Maybe just some better night spots, denying the TC or something. Do see a lot of players in chat again. It's good to see all you guys doing some further scouting for those of you that are still in the tournament and watching the guys that beat up on you if you're one of the ones that got knocked out.
All right, I am in game.
Okay, perfect. I'm loading up right now. It looks like enclosed. Oh, I love that. So we got a couple of open maps to start, and we're getting more of a little clowny, a little bit of a clown map here in enclosed. And we got some clown civs with Burgundians and Lithuanians, so the Wololo could be strong here.
All right, I'm at second 15.
Okay, I'm just waiting for capture age, and I'll be right there. Okay, he said second 15. Burgundians, Lithuanians. Heatmiser, Burgundians. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Yep.
Alright. We're close enough, I'm sure. Okay, enclosed. You're going to have this little rock trail that cannot be walled around. All the resources out here, but you do have a lot of food and wood, of course, right underneath your TC. Makes for a lot of like fast castle kind of stuff, don't you think, Sarah?
Yeah, I think that you see a lot of FC here. I think you see a lot. I think it does lend itself to some feudal play though, just because like the berries are very exposed, the gold is very exposed, so keeping players off that early can be really painful. But you can always just like sort of tower up and try to go FC pretty greedily. But yeah, I mean, I think that these games tend to go quite long on this map. It's like sort of like hideout, where where it's like, you know, controlling the sides, like and sort of pushing, and so I think that I don't know, like I think it's probably more common to see it go FC with some castle age aggression into an imp game, but we'll see. With these civs, I think they're both you know, it's fairly evenly matched. I think that Lithuanians, if it does end up going into like a really like long post-temp war, I would favor them by far over Burgundians. Burgundians sort of has some power spikes in early imp, and then it really tails off. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I've seen a lot of Iron Chef, one of my other co-casters, play this map recently since it's been on the map pool. And in almost every game, he's right at that 1K level also. These guys maybe are a little bit above that, but at that level, they're almost all walling this exactly like Hideout. So like by minute like 10, it looks like Hideout anyways. You know, it's got a couple of houses and a couple of palisade walls. And the rest of their, hey,
you
Calvin,
can't
how's it
wall
going?
on that terrain that encircles like the wood though,
Right.
so it's impossible to wall it off like completely. But you can create choke points with castles like on some of the hills that are on the side. So that's really what you want to end up controlling. I think relics also matter a lot in this game, or on this map too. So I think you end up seeing a lot of like fighting in castlage over relic control, because the games end up going late where the relics actually matter. But there's a bit of gold, so it doesn't come into play too much. But with Burgundians and Lithuanians, I mean, I would expect both of those civs to want to fight for relics, right? Because they both have a bonus there.
Right, they're both going to want the relics for sure. Yeah, Kalna says he wants to see Feudal Eagles in this one. Unfortunately, we've got no Mezzo, so we're not going to see any amount of Feudal Eagles. And yeah, the doggo is excited.
If we saw the same exact openings from both players, like one's gonna go scouts and one's gonna go, I don't know, militia into scouts. But...
I was just gonna say, I hope we don't see like one militia into scouts here, because what is one militia gonna do, or two militia gonna do on this map?
I really don't like men-at-arms on this map because it's such a long walk.
If it's men-at-arms, it has to be men-at-arms with archers behind it, and then you can maybe keep your opponent off of like the outside resources.
Yeah.
But like you said, you can just kind of tower up pretty easily, like 2 or 3 resources on the outside of this place, and have the TC protect everything on the inside, and be in pretty good shape.
Both players pushing their deer. I guess Heatmiser left one. Where is this scout actually? Oh no, he's just standing there beside the TC. I guess he's focusing on the boar or the elephant.
Admiring his deer push. JR says the doggo has the knowledge of a 2K. As long as you can interpret his woofs and barks in the right way, JR, then yes, he's probably a 2K player. I hope I didn't freak out your cat too much, or the doggo didn't freak out your cat too much. Does Attack ever get scared of dogs on screen, Sarah?
No, he's very interested in animals on screen. Like I can tell he recognizes that it's another animal, but like the sounds I don't think bother him too much.
Okay.
I always have headphones on, so I don't.
I'm super fascinated by like the way that animals interact with like televisions and computers and stuff, because like I've seen dogs and cats that will watch TV like intently, and I think my dog does not even know that it's on or off. Like he could not care less either way, unless a loud doorbell rings on a commercial.
You can see my cat's eyes follow like what's happening on the screen, so I think he's aware of
like,
something.
I've seen
at
cats
least.
like,
and then he gets like
attack the screen when a bird's there or something, right? Like,
yeah, my cat like he goes crazy when there's certain little animals on the screen. You can tell it's a different reaction. Because it's kind of a fast beetle from both.
And we're gonna eat the TC again.
Oh my god, what the heck? How do you eat TC on this
Unenclosed,
map? Like,
you know
what
where it is, man.
This map is like
and a quick
you know where he is.
Oh my god.
He's lucky he got out of that.
I guess it was Ralphie last game that did this, not Heatmiser, so we can maybe let it slide a little bit. But yeah, you should know where the stuff is on this map. Don't go to the TC. Ralphie's doing a better job.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just click it around. Alright, well, Burgundians is gonna go for a stable. And looks like Lithuanians is gonna go for nothing. But it's not an FC because we're not on gold.
Well, it could be selling something if they're dropping a market. But I don't see a market.
No, we're not dropping a market.
I don't see anything drop, so I'm not really sure here. Sarah, I'm gonna let
This is fast feudal. Okay, yeah,
I'll be
go
right back.
for it. Maybe he forgot to go to gold. He's going now. We're getting eco upgrades. This is fast fuel into eco upgrades. I don't love it. We're gonna be up against scouts, so we do have a spear out though. Not much is going on, but Burgundians already has 1.5 minutes of idle time. And he hasn't been aggroed really, so I don't really understand why. You guys can't see it, but Red Scout is just hanging around the berries now.
We just
but
caught up.
Not doing too much. Okay.
Yes, everybody's calling for monks. I love it. Monks, 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 please. Okay, blacksmith and market finally coming down for Ralphie.
Yeah, this was a slow castle.
Yeah, just a SC, a normal SC here. It does not stand for scouts in this instance. A lot of scouts coming forward for Heatmiser though. Are they going to get damage though? I think they could, Sarah. I think they could get to the gold. They could get to the berries. There's no military buildings for Ralphie.
They could just eat that spear and do a lot of damage here. That's what I would do. Just take the fight with the spear right now. Don't let him hit you. Yeah.
Good job.
Boom.
Only took one hit, I think.
And then go.
And I don't think Red make any reaction. Oh, he is going to quick wall the gold. Can he get this quick wall up? Good quick wall from Ralphie, but we can just go right to the berries. Yeah. There's only 3 vills there, but 3 vill kills. Just go. Get the value, man.
We got forging? Interesting.
Yeah, forging in for the Burgundian player. And we're getting 1 vill through the wall, and we got a kill. We got one through the little diagonal of the house there.
Oh, I hate that. That should not be a thing.
Yeah, that's a little cheese, but... And now there's a spear coming over, and we're not going to pay attention to it. Okay, we are paying attention to it, and we'll kill it pretty easily with forging.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red clicked up.
Just go to the berries! He ran right by it, so he knows it's there.
Okay, we're going to kill 1 vill, probably the spear, but we're going to lose a bunch of
our fight the spear! HP. Fight the spear! Yikes. Oh no, what a horrible engagement.
We're gonna kill these last 2 that should anyways. Especially with
in the meantime, yeah, we really need to go to gold at home. He never found the extra cows near his base either.
Oh yeah,
he was too busy pushing deer.
To the west there, and he's just now getting to gold, and he's gonna see Ralphie up to Castle Age. But Sarah, Ralphie just now added the stable, and I mean, what can he do? He can do 2 nights?
Yeah.
Which I guess would be enough
to clear
it
clears it all up.
Yeah.
I mean, 1 spear clears this all up.
And we can probably add a second TC pretty quickly. I don't know if that'll be the decision here from Red.
I mean, Burgundians needs to, like, recognize the situation, not freak out, and, like, try to get himself up to Castle Age before too many knights are on the field. Like, I would just get a couple spears out to defend at home. I mean, you've got Lithuanians idle for a long time. Like, he's not going to be able to afford much here. And then just market match it up to Castle Age.
We just forced down that market, so unfortunately we don't really have anything to do with it right now. But we're almost to that point. Yeah. Oh, we sold our stone. Wow. So kind of a little desperation there.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't panic. Yeah, like, just get some spears out. Yeah.
I mean, the berries are almost gone, and I don't know what he's going to send all these vills to, but we get the gold upgrade. It looks like we've got, like, a knight kind of thing planned here. Second TC coming up for Ralphie, and a wheelbarrow click, so good eco is going to be in Ralphie's favor here, as he's...
I mean, he needs to send these vills back inside near the TC, otherwise he's going to lose a lot here, because since he didn't make a lot of spears to defend this.
Yeah, 3 knights and a scout against 2 spears, going to be quick work, even without the upgrades.
Run! He's gonna see it now. Yeah, send the Veryvilles home, wall off the gold.
Yep, nice quick wall on the gold. Need to get it done. Get it down, though. And this is that hideout wall I was talking about.
You know what I bet he misses here is some stone. Stone walls would
Right.
be way better on the gold.
Or, yeah, TC. I mean, if you could drop the TC on the gold right there.
Yeah.
In
I mean,
40 seconds,
Red has the
that'd be
gold
great.
scouted, but he doesn't know that that's where he's taking it, because he hasn't seen the mining camp.
Now, we can...
But he should be sending his knights there.
Oh, there's one militia made by the Heatmiser.
I think that has to be a misclick.
Accident, yeah. Now, we could buy 100 stone and drop the TC real quick. We only have one stable, so you're not going to produce like 5 knights right away anyways.
Immediately clicks bow salt, which is
And
a
then-
very interesting choice when your knights are running around.
Clicked it, then unclicked it, and then re-clicked it, so... He clicked it like right
Should
before
have just
Castle
clicked that
came
when you
in.
were on your way up, right?
Yeah.
Like, because, yeah.
I think he like got confused and was like waiting to click it when Imp hit or when Castle hit, and then like
Yeah.
he clicked it before and was like, "Oh shit, I can do that."
Okay, can't let these knights in.
Yep,
Can't let
good-
these knights in.
good
Wall,
job repairing.
repair, wall.
And
Do
he's got
something.
+1 defense coming.
All you have to do is not let these knights in. Get a monastery. You need a monastery desperately at this point.
Yeah, he's not going to get to the number that he needs of knights on his own. You're definitely right. He's going to need something else.
Yeah, you have to drop it like double monastery immediately, I think, here.
Okay, well, he does have a better upgrade right now, but he's got less numbers. So good job just kind of annoying and like making these knights.
Wall behind, wall
focus
behind.
somewhere
Okay,
else.
good. He gets it down.
Just in
This
time.
is, yeah, exactly what he needs to be doing is just like buy himself time. Don't let them in.
Yeah, this is really nice play from Heatmiser, playing from kind of a behind position.
Just run away. Don't take the fight.
He's even got upgrades though.
Yeah, I guess he has better upgrades. The red doesn't even have bloodlines.
Doesn't have
which is a
bloodlines, and that's
mistake.
huge because blue does not get bloodlines, and that could be a big upgrade that he misses.
Yeah, actually a really great fight because of
Terrific,
red
yeah.
missing upgrades. Also, red's eco is absolute disaster while all this is happening, and he went immediate 3 TC at home. No monastery from either player. Like Lithuania should be snatching up those
Lith
relics.
for sure, and the 3 TC play is great, but if you're on 6 minutes of idle TC, there is the monastery as soon as you call for it, Sarah, at home for the Lithuanian player. But now the knights are forward for Heatmiser, and they can look to do the same thing, just kind of get some Vil pick-offs that Ralphie wasn't really able to do at Heatmiser's base.
Yep.
And we're almost dead even on Vils again, 4 different, and nobody's making any more, so...
Yep. So imagine Heatmiser just builds another TC and a monastery at home. Then he can send his knights forward without worrying too much at his base. He forced Lithuanians into pikes, which feels like a bit of an overreaction.
Yeah, I mean, you
yeah.
got your own knights, just get your upgrades and you're good. Get your bloodlines.
Yeah. He will click Cavalier. Does have way better upgrades, so this could be really dangerous.
Yeah,
Actually,
I think that bloodlines miss is just so huge now. These monks at home are going to be huge also if they can get Cavalier conversions.
Yeah. Just you need to run away now. Don't engage. Add a couple of scouts to try to snipe the monks.
Or even
But we
better,
need way more farms.
I'd
Each
love-
player is floating 700 wood right now.
like a forward monastery of your own even, just so like
Oh no, don't take that fight. That's
with
the worst one.
half your army take the fight. It turns
Yeah.
you turn to Cavalier right before
Oh,
the
God.
conversion, so you get your Cavalier converted. And now we're gonna fight with these pikemen too. So we're gonna clear this army, but this is not a great fight for Heatmiser.
It's okay.
Actually,
I mean,
Ralphie does
it's
well
not the
to
worst,
move from
right?
there.
It's forcing a ton of idle time with for Ralphie right now. But
Okay.
need to do something at home, right? Like we need to
Really good TC by Heatmiser.
Get our
to
eco going.
Protect his gold. And he's, again, he's got this eco. He doesn't quite have the food at the moment, but he's got the eco set up to just like spam knights, and that's how he won game number 3. And if you're gonna spam knights in Castle Age, Burgundians is a pretty damn good civ to do it with.
Yeah. I mean now Lithuanians is on full pike though. It gets a little bit tricky here. I wouldn't mind to see Burgundians like try to add some of their own pikes. I don't love this running underneath the TC through the monks though.
Yeah, I would love to see him gather the relics actually to avoid, and he is adding a monastery of his own. If the Lithuanian get to like Cavalier with +3, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, the relics are free for the taking.
Red is not getting his infantry upgrades, so I think this infantry that he's making is kind of a stopgap for the later army that he wants to do. I don't think he's going to give too much thought to this. He's going to pick off maybe a knight or a monk.
Nope.
Just passing.
He runs right by it, decides not to take that. Probably a good idea because there's so many pikes there.
Yeah,
the pikes are so speedy. Look how much they keep up with the
Lithuanian pikes, man. Look at them go.
Yeah.
Just zoom. And yeah, you think when you run away you can go and take a good fight, but no, the pikes are still right there behind, and
the monk's gonna run right into those Cavalier. Okay, on the other side, that monk is dead.
Yep, good job there. Fire heat.
I think this is where a lot of Knights players like struggle. They're just like, okay, I had a plan. I was gonna go fast Cavalier, but shit, there's a lot of pikes. Now what? Like, I can't get any damage. Like, now what do I do?
Actually, really like what Heatmiser's doing now. He like baited all those pikes out, and if those weren't Lithuanian pikes, that move would have been perfect.
Yeah.
As it is, they're just kind of right on your tail, and you're gonna lose a Cavalier again.
Yeah.
To a monk.
I mean, I think what you do here is you just boom at home,
third TC?
right? Like
pikes can third TC.
Pikes can never kill you. Like they can't come and like rage you to death. Like they're so the fact that you even force Lith onto pikes this early into the game, and like you have the better civ with better or you have the better eco civ, like you can just fall back and like start to boom. Add your own pikes if you need to, if you really want to be aggressive, but you don't like have to kill here. I mean, granted, like sure, the later it goes, it hurts, but if you can get up to Imp and get that really cheap Paladin upgrade, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. But definitely need to be picking up relics here.
Yeah.
Like really need to keep Lith from picking them up.
Scouts out here. Like we see these relics, we know where they all are. Like as soon as these disappear off the map, you have to be really scared. Actually, we don't see these two on the left side. That's terrible scouting. Okay, we just saw the first one.
17 minutes idle TC from Lithuanians right now. Literally, like he's been on 3 TC for like 10 minutes longer than Blue, but they're like even in bills.
Oh, and Blue just sent out a monk to get the relic on the right side, and he's gonna miss it, and Ralphie's gonna find that monk to kill it easily.
Yeah, that's no good. Just needs to commit to the left side now and try to get at least 2.
Yeah, he's just trying to like get some like snipes on villagers, and he's just not.
Yeah.
Not being very.
I don't know, like
he's
what
losing Cavalier. The monks all over the place.
It's gonna be super hard to get damage with the Cavalier. Like if he wants to be aggressive, he should have added a Siege Workshop instead of another TC. But I think that window has passed.
He actually did add a Siege Workshop, Sarah, but he put it back at home. I have no idea why.
I mean, the pikes are gonna sit into the TC and eat a ton of arrows, so it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, I mean, good thing that he did add these TCs that he did at home.
Where is the Siege Workshop? What are you talking about?
It's right underneath his, for Blue. It's underneath his second TC there.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Oh yeah, just queue up a Scorp or 2 and then you're fine.
I guess that's why he made it probably for the Scorps. I can't imagine why else you'd build a Siege Workshop there. Another relic coming in for the Lithuanian player though, and that's going to be the third one, and that's going to put him with forging up to +4, right?
Yeah. So he has 3. He'll have +3.
He's got a third
but
one
with forging,
right
yeah, +4. Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking at the Cavalier that still has +1 because it's converted. If I look at the Knights, okay, those have +4. Yeah, Magnolia calling out 2,500 floating wood for Ralphie. And
yeah, the eco balance is disaster. Exactly. See, okay, now we have a window.
Yep.
This is the window, right? Like he needs to try to kill.
So, Sarah, for our window here, is it Paladin or is it like hand cannon. Or
I think at
something.
this point you have so many. There's so many spears out. Like you're probably gonna go. Hand cannon is the better play.
So hand cannon.
I would hate it if you go skirm. I think a lot of players like are really tempted to play skirm against Pike here, which is not the right idea. You get a bonus with Burgundians. You get 20% more damage like on your hand cannon. So it's Halb hand cannon. I think is the play for both of these players. Honestly.
Yeah, and skirms
moving
against
forward.
even fast. I mean, skirms is like a soft counter to pikes, anyways. But against faster pikes, it's even worse.
Yeah, I mean, not when you've got like Cavalier with like +4, soon to be +5
That's
out on
true,
the field.
yeah, you got absolute murders for
Yeah.
the skirm.
And the Scorps now is such a late addition. Those aren't gonna do anything. Just hand cannon. Get a you need a university down right now so that you can immediately click it as soon as you hit imp. Because
what would
it takes a
be-
while to get chemistry and then hand cannons out.
Man, you know what would be really cool for blue is if he did like a mangonel or an onager and then cut this middle and caught out with the Cavalier there.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know
that,
that
it's
we'll
just
ever see
risky because then you open yourself up.
That's true,
to,
yeah. Now-
to damage too. Like it's not as if you can put a castle down or anything.
I was
right?
just about
like,
to say they are close enough, and Sarah, there it is. You said castle, and no later does Ralphie throw one up. Now, I don't really like this on this map as much as I do on like Hideout and other ones, because there's so many other places you can just go put your.
You could just take wood on the outside.
Yeah, you just go
really want
anywhere
to control the sides. Like that's like that. Controlling the sides is winning the game because that's where all the extra resources are.
Yeah, Lady Bulldozer, exactly. Especially because your opponent's now Imp. So you know your opponent's in Imp. They also have Bombard Cannons, so they don't even need a castle. And it's Paladin and Husbandry, so it's going to be a huge Paladin attempt by Heatmiser. It's not going to work, is it?
That's really bad. I mean,
don't
you
think it's
know
gonna
your opponent is committed to Pike. They're going to click help. Like,
Well,
it's...
And it's Pike, and it's like +4 Knight Cavalier. Like, they're even going to trade... Or +5. Like, they're going to trade
even your own
decently with
help is
Paladin.
better here than Paladin. Like, it's not... That's not the power spike that you want.
Now,
He doesn't even have a university. He's not thinking about hand cannon at all.
We see the hilarious thing that we saw from game number 1, I believe it was, where like they did the clockwork kind of thing. Red's working up the left side to go with his push.
Yeah.
Blue's working down the right side to go with his push.
Red will see the relic that he missed, so he'll have 4.
Yep. And this raid is going to be really good. I mean, it's again, it is Pike, so you're not as in nearly as much danger as you'd be for Red, who will be Paladin. He'll be dealing with Paladin.
Yeah.
But this is scary. This is a lot of units. I'd love to see that monk convert something, but it's gonna die instead.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, now though, like that he's gonna have 4 relics. Like he could just go full knights.
And
Like
we're
he doesn't
sending
even need the
everything
help.
back. I think this is terrible. I think this is gonna lose you the game. Actually, if you
Well, I think you kind of have to, unless you protect, like, unless you have a castle at home to protect here. Like, I mean, he's gonna lose a lot. Like, these are Cavaliers on the way. He's got +4 defense. I mean,
yeah, I guess Paladin's
what
in
else do you
right
do?
now. Maybe. Well, I was hoping the Paladin would be able to take like all the outside eco because there's barely any Pike left. But I don't even know that they're strong enough to do that. Waiting for the
I mean, you clear this up
Scorpion.
from red,
Yeah,
and
the
then send everything
Scorpion's
forward.
actually really nice.
Like, you
and
have the
gonna
better
help.
army here, right?
Yeah, a lot better with the Scorpion. Like, the Scorpion will clear the Pike really easily. We are just
And
now
this is
getting
right before
+2
Cavalier.
attack.
Yeah, so he took a lot of that fight was taken
Yeah.
before Cavalier came in.
Good
So I
fight.
think it's fine. It does delay us a lot though.
And with 15 villagers down, the monks are coming in. If the monks can get a couple paladin conversions, that could be a big swing in this fight. 1. Looks like we're gonna stick with 1.
Really need more upgrades though. Like,
Yeah,
don't even have
upgrades are
+4.
late.
Only have forging. Like, really need upgrades on these paladin.
wow.
Otherwise, they're just like basically the same as these Cavalier.
And he gets devotion for the upgrade that he chooses there.
What? Against 2 monks that you just killed? Come on.
He does
That's
not
really
want to give
not
up
the
these
play.
paladin.
That's really not the play.
Yeah,
It's
4th
hand
relic.
cannon. Add hand cannon. Like, well, I guess, you know, I mean, Lith is just committing full to Cavalier.
Yeah, the 4th relic just came in, so I think you
So
can do
it's
that
actually,
now.
It's actually time for help. It's actually time for Pike for Burgundians.
That has to
if
kind
he
of save you,
recognizes-
right? Like, that's the only thing
Yeah.
that saves you at this point.
Yeah. But
because even your
our
paladin,
pike are not as good as Lith pike,
and
sadly.
your paladin are nowhere near as good, even as these cavalier. I think from the Lithuanians. You know, you got bloodlines on them, so they're 140 HP to your 160 HP. So you got a little bit more HP, but the 12 plus 6 gives them 18 attack versus these paladin that only have 16 attack.
Well, the paladin are also missing a ton of upgrades, so they're really bad right now.
They're just now getting that fourth, or the third and fourth, I guess, defense upgrade. So that's actually going to come in at a really nice time for them because this fight's going to come pretty soon. But Halb is in, and these are +2, +2 Halb, and these are going to shred these paladin.
He really can't take this fight.
Well,
anymore.
Scorpion coming,
like I
though.
said, Halb
They're
hand cannon,
really
that's the
slow.
play against this, you know?
Yeah, hand cannon would be
Halb
much
flips the
better.
Yeah.
What,
Like,
much
both-
faster, right? Like, these Scorps are so slow.
Yeah, both of these civs should actually be playing it. But I guess because Lith has 4 relics, then he can make a case to play Cavalier.
Yeah, I think he's going to feel very comfortable just playing Cavalry for the rest of the game and adding in some of these Halbs to make the fights even more one-sided. And this whole blue army is going to die here. Look at this fight. Look at this fight from Ralphie. He is ready to take his place in the semifinal.
The Halbs are just wrecking, yeah.
Yeah, just absolute murder. These non-bloodline. And we're switching into Hussar now, or Light Cav.
Yeah.
+4 coming.
Against
We
full
added Trebs. We were going to try and make a push, but the army is not enough. 2K.5 now. Score difference. And Ralphie Parker. JR was looking for a reverse sweep after that last game. That was a crazy third game. Great first game. Pretty dominant game in the second one from Ralphie, but this fourth one has not been dominant at all. It's been kind of a toss-up. But Ralphie, I think the Halb edition really kind of threw a loop to Heatmiser that he never really dealt with properly.
Yeah. You know, one thing he could have done was just continue to make vills, because Lith just stopped making vills at 88 and decided, like, I have enough and I'm just going to win with this.
Yeah,
so imagine if we were fully boomed as Burgundians, then this push, like, you know, it doesn't last forever.
Well, it's
But
like he decided that
sadly-
like just now, because he's just now queued like 10 bills, and he's got chemistry, so he's, you know, he's decided that hand cannon is the play, but he just got to that decision about, what, 15 minutes too late probably in the game
It's too
time.
late.
Light Cav coming in now for the Lithuanian player as well. Running out of gold a little bit. Now, I will say the Vill count is going to steady out if Ralphie never makes any more Vills. So the longer Heatmiser can kind of hold this and possibly get into some hand cannons,
Yeah.
maybe there's like a tiny chance of hanging on, but it does not look very good at the moment. That's for
Lith
sure.
has a lot of res banked up because he just hasn't lost that much military. Burgundians Eco is struggling right now.
Yeah, they could sell so much if they wanted to, and there's more Trebs coming.
And he has 4 relics. So
Yeah,
he's
4
got
relics, I
a
forgot.
lot of gold.
Besides just the +4 on the Cavalier, it's also giving you that really, really strong trickle of gold. You
Yeah.
can see just like buy 2 every second coming in. More and more ranges being put down in the base now of Heatmiser, so he's gonna try to like mass up some of these hand cannons if he can. No gold though, and not a lot of res. As a lot of bills are dropping too. Been a great quarterfinal set so
sadly-
far.
Yeah, it is sadly over. We're 80 pop to 180 pop, and it is going to be a painful death from here on out. But yeah, it was a good quarterfinals. I mean,
Really strong
Just
from
a-
Ralphie. Ralphie looks, I mean,
yeah.
some strong play here. You know, the army composition for him has been better, I think, than Heatmiser in almost every game. He had some good, like, Civ matchups, as well as that Hun's Mirror, which is really fun. Yeah, popping out the hand cannon now. and it's just 2 or 3 at a time, and just waiting for the GG now. Of course, Heatmiser's not going to want to call this thing. He's got a chance to get into like a semifinal round where you're at least guaranteed, you know, a 3rd place game for some money. But it's looking like that is not going to be in his future. And Ralphie Parker, the I'll shoot your eye out kid, is going to take this one and make it 3-1 for the set.
Yeah, let's fast forward through to the end.
Yeah. Last TC goes down for Heatmiser, and boom, GG. Alright, so I want to do one more look at our APMs, which has become customary for us here. And again, it's Heatmiser in the 40s, and Ralph there right at the top of 29 is at 30 this game. So the higher APM player, not looking like the stronger one really in this set. Ralphie being not dominant, but did look the stronger overall, I think. So Sarah, I won't ask you for a guess on this one, but I want to talk just a little bit about the players that I went over earlier in the stream and see if maybe I can talk to you in chat and see if anybody has any different ideas than I have. So I want to hear if you guys think I'm wrong about any of this stuff, or if you think like maybe it could be a different person, let me know. But so far what I've got, and I'll even bring up my cam here so we can see the board a little bit. So far, I did the first 6 today, and it was the lowest 6 ELO guys, so... I don't know if I can get this in a spot where we can see it. But yeah, pretty much everybody that was 1K, I did a quick review of, and I think I got... We think that McLean is Biz Biscuits. Biz Biscuits did a bunch of, like, villager rushing and crazy stuff, so it looked like the guy that was in the playing game for McLean. Snowmiser did the tatty rushes and the sneaks and the demos, so that to me looked like Gunnar Gates. And then I couldn't remember who played Japanese like 3 times, but I think that player is Telly. And then I think Santa Claus was I Will Heal You. Or no, I'm sorry, I thought Santa Claus was Streck. So I actually want to ask you about Streck. Do you think that he would have picked Arena as his home map?
I think he would have been pretty inclined to do so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Santa Claus player did some kind of odd stuff, and Arena was their home map. So I'm kind of leaning. I don't have a red one next to him because I'm not sure, but I think Streck may have been Santa Claus.
Okay.
So those are kind of my maybes. The ones that I didn't get even a guess for out of the lower guys was I Will Heal You. I don't have any clue who he is. And then Bricks. I looked at Bricks, and he's up at like 1,275 now or something. So I think Bricks might be one of the ones that's still in it.
Okay.
Which means
I know that...
Well, go ahead, sorry.
It's been a minute since I watched Bricks play. I know he was a Mullions lover back in the day because we were both Mullions fans. So I wonder if that was a pick by a player often, then that would give me some hint for Bricks. But I don't know if that's still something that he's into or is his play style anymore. But he loved to do like lots of barracks, lots of champ scarls, like that kind of goofy stuff with Mullions. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was definitely a Scrooge thing. I was thinking Scrooge is Mike Jet, but, you know, Bricks and Mike Jet, obviously, they know each other real well, so they could definitely play like each other. And they could also, like, be trying to fool us by doing a couple things in a couple different games. So that's one that's still kind of up in the air for me, confusing me a little bit. But I think overall, I think I got 2 that I'm, like, pretty sure of. I have 2 that I'm, like, okay on. And then 2 that I don't know out of those first 6. So I'll do the next 6 on the stream on Sunday. And hopefully, Sarah, you and the chat can give me some more info. But I appreciate that. I'm going to think about that with, first of all, Streck kind of solidified that thought for me. And then the Bricks one, I'm going to look at Malians a little closer. I didn't look at the
Yeah.
Sims quite as closely as I looked at the maps for this one, but when I look at bricks again, we'll double check if he's playing a lot of Malians and which character's doing that.
Curious, like, what Civs did he pick on Arena?
He picked Huns the first game and won, which was super wild. Like, he picked Arena as his home map, but then didn't do, like, there wasn't a monk rush. I don't think there was a tower rush, but it was, like, goofy stuff every time. It was, like, weird stuff.
Interesting.
I'll have to go back and look at those games a little closer. But, Sarah, thank you so much for joining us for the first quarterfinal.
It was a pleasure.
Are you going to be streaming tonight, or are you done?
I think I'm going to be taking it easy for the rest of the evening.
Cool. Okay, so guys, give a shout out to Sarah. She's been a great co-host and co-caster for us so far, and I know Sarah will get you in for at least one more cast, and then probably the live final if we can organize it properly.
Yep, sounds good. I look forward to it, and I'll leave you here so that you can wrap up. And I enjoyed it. See you later, chat.
All right, thank you very much. All right, guys, so we're seeing on screen here what's left into the knockout. We got Ralphie, Buddy, Gizmo, Kevin, and then... I missed 2 from that list. Who did I miss? Oh, Heatmiser and Ralphie. So, Ralphie goes through, Heatmiser out. And the doggo's going crazy. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. We had about 30 of you guys in the chat, the whole set again, which is great. If you guys missed any of these games, they're all going to be over on my YouTube channel. If you just search Capjow on YouTube, you can find them really easily. I'm just exporting them straight over from Twitch, so they should be there pretty soon after the game. And I'm going to send you guys on now to raid somebody. Before I do that, though, we're going to get one more Hidden Holiday Cup anthem to send us out. So again, shout out to Azure, Sentry, and Duke Canada, who are the guys that are doing all the admin work for this tournament that have made this possible at all. And to Serums and Iron Chef and JR Goes Boom for casting with me so far. Hopefully we get them back casting a little bit more, along with 1 or 2 more casters. But yeah, it's been a great tournament so far, guys. I already have the next quarterfinal games, so we'll play them on Sunday. And yeah, we will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoy the Hidden Cup Anthem as we go raid somebody. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
It's a cloudy day outside and the windows are fucked up. The holidays make me wanna watch some Hidden Cup. Getting my hot chocolate ready and some gingerbread too. HHC by Capture Nine's gonna be something for you. The players identities are hidden, so you never know who you're going to face in this scenario. This will be a never glow. Let's play some games, enjoy the Christmas time while watching some H. It's a hidden holiday. It's a hidden holiday. It's a hidden holiday. Cup. It's the hidden holiday. It's a hidden holiday. It's the hidden holiday. Cup.
Oh, and it's Black Forest.
Yeah, Joe rated. Hey, Joe. How's it going? Biz.
Nice. Who's my pocket? Pick 4.
Probably.
Let's show
Let's go,
some
Joe.
real Black Forest gameplay.
Pick Mongols like a jerk.
Where's the Mongolian?
Oh, 2 Mongols? Can't do 2 Mongols.
Where do you post the Twitch?
In chat.